Is a presentation of Saginaw Spirit Hockey. The Spirit are set to take the ice. But first, get all the game day information you need. It's time for Countdown to Face-Off on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey, WSGW.
It's another great night for some Saginaw Spirit hockey, and the countdown is on as the Spirit travel to London to face off against the Knights for the third time in this season series. Good evening, everybody. Jonathan Dent here in the Stormmaster Exteriors studios. Dylan Clark is standing by in the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. We'll head over there soon, but first, Saginaw is on a 3-game skid following a tough couple road games last weekend. First, it was a 5-3 defeat at the hands of the Guelph Storm Friday night in what was really a very tight game. Not really the case Saturday night as they traveled to Brampton to take on the Steelheads. The trouble started early with a 5-minute PK only 19 seconds into the game, then became 5-on-3, and the Spirit was seconds away from returning to even strength when the Steelheads scored to make it 1-0. Saginaw got their first power play of the night, and it quickly turned to a 5-on-3 as well. At 13 minutes, 6 seconds in the first period, Nikita Klepov received a pass down low from Levi Harper and put home his 16th of the season to tie the game.
Klepov over to Barabanov. Back to Levi Harper. Moves in near side. One-timer! Klepov scores! A missile over the glove of Luke Johnson. It's a power play goal with 6:54 left in the period. The Spirit tie the game.
Igor Barabanov factored in on that one, which proved to be Saginaw's only goal of the evening. Another major penalty at the end of the first carried over into the second period, where they killed off that 5 minutes and another 2 thanks to some fantastic stops by Caleb Papineau in only his 5th start of the season, one of his best while on the minor PK about halfway through the period. A great glove save through traffic to shut down Jakob Fibiger.
Fibiger, point shot and a good glove save by Caleb Papineau. There was traffic in front, quite a bit of it. Papineau's able to navigate the chaos in front.
Saginaw found their footing in the third period during some fast-paced back and forth. Papineau shut down a 3-on-2 Brampton rush, kicking out with the right pad, launching the rebound out of danger.
Back up through center here for the Steelheads. 3-on-2, they hit the line. Witkowski, long shot, right pad, saved by Papineau. Loose rebound, bounces around right between the dots. The shot by Richmond off a body.
The Spirit created some more opportunities for themselves in the final frame, but a late Steelheads goal and one in the empty net put it out of reach. Tonight, the Spirit head to one of the more difficult arenas in the OHL. Canada Life Place was good to them last time they visited the London Knights, with Carson Harmer scoring twice to lead Saginaw to a 4-2 win on November the 28th. The Knights returned the favor at the Dow the following night, splitting the 2 games that have been played so far in this season series. The Knights are coming off a defeat as well to the Niagara Ice Dogs when a third period comeback just fell short last weekend, putting them at a record of 15-11-3-0 to the Spirit's 9-14-3-3. Saginaw's bench is looking a little short here tonight. Hayden Barch is out tonight and tomorrow for his check to the head penalty at the start of last Friday's game in Brampton. Dima Zhilkin serves the first of a 3-game suspension from the end of the first period in that game as well. Additionally, the Spirit have said goodbye to Miroslav Shatan, who is moving over to the QMJHL. We'll hear more about some of those lineup shuffles when we come back as Dylan talks with Spirit head coach Chris Lazary in Coach's Corner. This is Saginaw Spirit Countdown to Face-Off on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Garber is your local Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealer. Family owned, locally trusted. And we're more than the place you buy your vehicle. We're where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards. We have everything you need, even tires. Get it all at your local Jeep and Ram dealer. Garber, Bay Road, Saginaw. Online 24/7 at GarberCDJR.com.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
Too many people end up in the retirement penalty box, paying more in taxes, missing out on healthcare options, or skating without a plan. At McIntosh and Associates, we help keep your game sharp with clear, personalized retirement strategies. Let's build a plan that works in every period of life. Call 989-692-2200 or visit wealthmichigan.com. McIntosh and Associates. Retirement made clear.
Now, get inside analysis directly from the Spirit coaching staff. This is Coach's Corner.
Coach's Corner with the Spirit in London on this Friday night, joined again by Spirit head coach Chris Lasry. And coach, the two biggest lineup changes tonight, no Hayden Barch, no Dima Jilkin for your group. Who steps up the most in that situation?
Well, I don't know. That's going to be kind of one of the storylines for us here as a staff. Like some of the guys that either don't get a lot of minutes or want more minutes are going to obviously get some. We're down to, I think, 11 and 6. So we're playing short a player. Lots of opportunity here for guys. I mean, the back end's played pretty steady throughout, but kind of that mid to bottom half of the forward group here is going to have to play some minutes.
One of those guys that gets back in, Jensen Geldart, after a couple of games on the shelf. Do you expect a little bit of an extra jump from him? And what are you looking at from him as he gets back into the lineup?
Well, yeah, just like structure-wise, he's been good. He's really good, especially for a 16-year-old, like defensively, marking his man low and supporting pucks on breakouts and things like that. We'll see. Like, it's his first game here in this rink. He's been off now for almost just under 2 weeks. Like, what his legs look like, all those things. But he's looked good in practice. He's had some good skates. I mean, he's a hockey player at the end of the day. I think he's excited about the opportunity. Last time he was here, he was watching from the stands. Now he gets to get in here in this environment, which is always special. So looking forward to see how he reacts.
A couple of your former players, some big news for them earlier this week. Michael Mies, Zane Perek named to World Junior Camp. They're getting that started today. Just how good is it to see as their former coach and mentor, to see them get that opportunity that they've been looking forward to for a long time?
I mean, I wish it would have been 1 year earlier, to be honest. But, I mean, it's not surprising, but it's well-deserved. And two guys that will play impact roles on that team. And Canada's desperately in search of a gold medal, obviously, with 2 fourth-place or quarterfinal losses back-to-back years, which is uncommon for them. But it'll be cool to see those guys come back into the junior level and just see how much farther ahead they are based on their NHL experiences.
And the games against London so far this year, you've had kind of both ends of the spectrum, win and a loss. What do you pull from that, and what was kind of the biggest difference between the two?
Well, we played here on Friday. We just went through this in our pregame. Like, we didn't give up any odd mans. We were defensively sound. We created a ton in the offensive zone, just in high ice and movement and getting to the net, and did a lot of good things. Then we played the very next night in our rink, and it was like a totally different team for us. Like, it's just about, obviously, you got to limit the odd mans and understanding what London does, but like, play a game. Every time we got within a goal, they came right back down and scored. Our penalty kill wasn't good that night. And we did a lot of uncharacteristic things as we came over the line on entry to give up pucks and give them chances. So it's one of those ones you got to play more of a pro style. You can't give them a ton. They sit back, they defend extremely well, and they wait for you to make mistakes. We just can't fall into the trap.
Do you find that when guys get to see that on video, like, hey, this is video of us succeeding and doing a lot of good things in this building 2 weeks ago, it gives them that extra confidence just to kind of see that as, I guess, a refresher of good things they've done recently?
Yeah, like, we looked at that tape. We film every one of our practices. Sometimes we show them practice video back. And the biggest message today in the meeting was, like, it needs to transfer. We had a great week in our breakout drill simulating London's forecheck and us breaking it out. We had a good week in the offensive zone concepts and just working on, I feel like it just has to transfer, specifically with breakouts and a couple of things of that nature. But if we can't get out of the zone, that's where they thrive, is they get you to turn it over on your breakout. They get in the zone, and then they're really good at attacking the net. So to me, if we can get out of the zone clean, not spend much time there, and just limit guys getting in behind us, we should be fine.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck tonight. That's Chris Lasry, Saginaw in London. Back after this in your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
From making athletic footwear stronger and lighter to powering the future of electric racing vehicles, material science and R&D are the MVPs of innovation. At Dow, we collaborate with customers and partners to tackle a wide range of sports product challenges with cutting-edge advancements in technology. Dow's innovations can help to improve performance and sustainability throughout the world of sports. Dow, at the intersection of sports and science.
Yeah, I know. It's officially still winter out there, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun in the sun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea knows how to turn up your day drinking fun all year long. I mean, there's even a sun on those bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea is made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol, which goes down smooth. So whether you're knee-deep in snow or making footprints in the sand, be sure to look for Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Find space at Frankenmuth Spring Hill Suites, where you can savor your time away with the little extras that are included. Each studio suite features extra room to spread out when on the road with your family or your team. Airy beds are piled high with pillows for that little bit of extra comfort. And an innovative 3-in-1 trundle sofa provides even more sleeping options. Book your next stay at Spring Hill Suites by Marriott, where every room is more than a room.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about: questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Scott Seaman to create your personal price plan today.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
An opportunity in front of the Saginaw Spirit on the road again. Tonight from Canada Life Place, the Saginaw Spirit take on the London Knights for the third time. Last trip to this building, and they hope that recent history here in this building has been just as kind to them and will continue to be kind. Saginaw played perhaps their finest road game of the season just a couple of weekends ago here at Canada Life Place, looking for more success here on this Friday night. Hi, everybody. Dylan Clark alongside you. Excited to bring you another weekend of action here for the Spirit as they look to snap a 3-game losing skid. The London Knights have dropped a handful of more games in recent history here in this building, just 1-3 since beating the Saginaw Spirit at the Dow Event Center 2 weekends ago. The Spirit look to capitalize on that as they look to get back in the win column here tonight. Take a look at our starting lineups for tonight's game. Brought to you by Saginaw Valley State University, your community-engaged university in the Great Lakes Bay region. Evan Van Gorp starts out on the left side. Ben Wilmot at center for the London Knights. Caden Hawkins on the right wing. Jared Woolley on the back end with Andoni Femus. No Sam O'Reilly. He joins his head coach, general manager, and trainer, equipment manager for the London Knights with Team Canada at the World Juniors. Those begin World Junior Camp today at Niagara Falls. On the Spirit side of things, their second line led them to victory last time they were here. Brody Popoy, Carson Harmer, and Jacob Kluchik combined for 9 points. They're going to start out again here tonight for Chris Lazary. It'll be Josh Glavin on the back end with James Go, Stepan Shurigan between the pipes. And remember, no Hayden Parks, no Dimas Yilkin for the Spirit. So a question of who steps up. Your starting lineups for tonight's game brought to you by Saginaw Valley State University. A quick look at your out-of-town scoreboard. Jonathan's got it for you before we drop the puck here in London.
Thank you very much, Dylan. Out-of-town scoreboard tonight brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Quite a bit of action around the Ontario Hockey League here for a Friday night. The Kitchener Rangers visit the Flint Firebirds in Kingston. The Frontenacs host the Windsor Spitfires. The Ottawa 67s take on the Oshawa Generals. In Sudbury, the Wolves are hosting the Owen Sound Attack. Sarnia Sting take on the Guelph Storm. And the Brampton Steelheads visit the Sioux Greyhounds. All of these games facing off here in just the next few minutes, so we'll keep you up to date as the evening moves along. Puck drop between the Saginaw Spirit and the London Knights coming up after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Get it all at Garber Chevrolet Saginaw. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall experience. Our expert technicians are factory trained to the highest standards, keeping your vehicle in top condition. And we have everything for your automotive needs, even tires. Get to Garber Chevy Saginaw today and see how you get it all at Garber, Gratiot Road, Saginaw. Online, GarberChevroletSaginaw.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
So, we're finally ready to plan for retirement, but who do we trust?
Our friends at TriStar Trust. They've been here for 25 years right here in our community, and they'll be here for the next 25.
That's the kind of team I want in my corner.
TriStar Trust helps you plan your retirement, manage your investments, and build the future you've been dreaming of. Because when it comes to your goals, it's your time to shine. Visit TriStarTrust.com.
Looking for the perfect place for your loved one to thrive? At Traditions of Saginaw, we offer comfort, care, and community. It's a senior living hat trick. Whether it's enjoying delicious, chef-prepared meals, personalized support, or fun events, Traditions of Saginaw feels like home. Schedule your tour today and and see why families trust us for peace of mind and vibrant living. Learn more at traditionsofsaginaw.com or call to schedule a tour today. Traditions of Saginaw. Welcome home.
We're Durolast. We make the world's best roof. As one of the country's largest roofing manufacturers, we have locations across North America. But for more than 40 years, Saginaw has been our home. Like Saginaw, Durolast has a can-do, never-quit attitude. And just like Saginaw, our people make us strong. Innovative, resilient. That's the spirit of Saginaw. That's Durolast, the world's best roof.
My Michigan Health is your go-to place for comprehensive brain, stroke, and spine care right here in your community. Our expert neuroscience team provides care close to home with multiple certified stroke centers throughout the region, including the only comprehensive stroke center in Saginaw. With 24/7 medical expertise, the latest diagnostic tools, and advanced treatments, we're ready when you need us most. Learn more at mymichigan.org/neuro.
Henry the Hockey Dog loves food and he loves people, which is why Rescue Ministries is partnering with Henry to provide 5,000 meals to our homeless neighbors. It costs $3 to provide a warm meal at the mission, and Henry is asking for your help. Right, Henry? Text Henry 2025 to 50155 to make a donation. Beerline Companies also cares and is willing to match your donation right now. Help Henry provide a meal and consider donating today.
Looking to stay in touch with your community? Check out Great Lakes Bay Connections, a collection of shows and podcasts bringing you local voices, telling local stories from local people. Great Lakes Bay Connections features Hey, Great Lakes Bay, Generating Gratitude. That's what she said. United Shades of Gray, Mi Gente on Air, and more. Listen weekends on WSGW, anytime on your favorite podcasting app or at WSGW.com. Spirit Hockey
Harmer holds it out wide. Centers. Kluchek scores!
lives
Looking for the stretch pass to Jilkin. It'll pop off the wall and lay down for him. Jilkin scores!
here.
Picked up by Harmer. In with speed. Carson Harmer shoots. He scores! Carson Harmer!
The radio home of your Saginaw Spirit is WSGW 100.5 FM. Spirit Hockey is brought to you in part by Garber Automotive Group, Saginaw Valley State University, Dow, Frankenmuth Insurance, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, NetSource One, Delta College, Corning, Go Great Lakes Bay, Herman Hisson Company, Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau, DML Property Management, My Michigan Health, Independent Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Stormmaster Exteriors, IBEW Local 557, Michigan Sugar Company, Jets Pizza, Raymond, the Great Lakes Loons, Applebee's, Stanley Steamer, your local State Farm agents, and Meyer. Now it's game time. Live from the rink to your radio. Here is the first period play-by-play with the voice of Saginaw Spirit Hockey, Dylan Clark.
Canada Life Place, the Saginaw Spirit making their final appearance here in this building in 2025-2026, at least as far as the regular season is concerned. Saginaw right now, 9th place in the Western Conference, looking to climb back into the playoff picture. The London Knights, 16-11, 3-0 on the season, 6th best in the West. They are in a road position to start the playoffs, should they begin today. But there's a lot of hockey between now and then, and the Spirit focused on getting back in the win column. A couple of pregame festivities here at Canada Life Place before we drop the puck. As we mentioned a little bit earlier, during the pregame festivities, the Knights 1-3 since defeating the Spirit back on November the 29th. More on the history between these two clubs. We'll drop the puck after our national anthems here from Canada Life Place. Third meeting this season between the last two Memorial Cup champions, the Saginaw Spirit in 2024, the London Knights in 2025. Only a handful of players remain from either of those rosters. Some new faces all over the place. That is life in junior hockey. Some of the new faces are in goal. Take a look at our starting goaltenders for tonight's game. Brought to you by NetSource One, the official technology provider of the Saginaw Spirit. Sebastian Gatto, Troy, Michigan native, played his last two games in relief of goaltender Alexei Medvedev. He gets his first start since November the 21st. Last time he started a hockey game, stopped 17 of 21 against the Sudbury Wolves. This is his 12th appearance on the season for Sebastian Gatto. And in the other way, Stepan Shurigan back between the pipes, had started 9 consecutive hockey games for the second time this year before Caleb Papineau started last weekend against the Brampton Steelheads. Shurigan, the OHL's minutes and saves leader, back between the pipes for Chris Lasry. Our Delta College opening face-off. Wilmot against Carson Harmer. The second line was massive for the Spirit last time they were here. Pucks down, we're underway. Spirit, the traveling whites with the navy blue and red throughout. Our first collision off the draw as Harmer and Wilmot come together. Puck popping around in the neutral zone, finally moved back in for James Go. No Hayden Barch, no Dimas Jilkin here for the Spirit in tonight's contest as they serve the first of some suspensions they picked up in Brampton last weekend. Van Gort back in deep here for the Knights. Closed off by Saginaw's Josh Glavin. 3 against 3 on the far side boards. Everybody looking for the puck, but nobody can figure out exactly where it is right now. And so the puck will stay right there. Finally pulled off the wall. This is Woolley. A long point shot there. Goes off the right skate of Jacob Klutze. Wilmot, a sharp angle try that doesn't get to the net of Stepan Shurigan. Puck ends up back and behind the Saginaw goal. 50 seconds gone here in the first period. Knights in the black alternate jerseys here with the green and gold throughout. This one back in the corner, thrown back up high, and Donnie Femus wasn't ready for it, but he handled that puck. Now he's into the left wing circle, and a shot that gets blocked by a sliding James Go. Rebound up high. Jared Woolley turns and banks it off the wall for Donnie Femus. Back down into the right wing corner. Reverse for Femus again. Woolley's going to try to sneak off on a line change. Puck sent to the net. Right pad saved by Shurigan. Brustevich is fresh on the ice. Knifes his way through to save made by the left shoulder of the Saginaw netminder Shurigan. Puck's back in behind the net. Spirit can't come away with it. Now finally taken by Josh Glavin and moved out to center. Henry Brustevich on it. Fumbled it. Taken away by Brody Papoy. Walks in. Takes the shot that goes off the right leg of the defenseman Julian Brown. Saginaw needs to get a line change here. About 90 seconds on that opening shift. The Knights will throw that puck back in. Xander Valeris gets hit by Braden Clark. Puck back in behind the net of Shurigan. They turn this back onto the stick of Xander Valeris. Intercepted here by Clark. Off the right skate of Sebastian Gervais. The Spirit come away with it. Nikita Klepov down the left side into the offensive zone. Weaves his way in. Hangs on into the left wing circle. Takes a shot. The first save of the game by Gatto. Off the blocker hand. Knights will pick this one up. Van Bommel back out to center. 2 minutes gone in a scoreless first period. Cross ice pass Klepov. Finds Gervais. Has some room. Left circle shot. And his stick broke. Rebound chance off the outside of the cage from Igor Barabanov. Loose puck is settled down here by Julian Brown. Knights get it out to center. Lost to Barabanov. Some space here. Uri Rouser, the puck rolled up on him. Could have had a break against Brustevich. This is back in behind the net of Gatto. Nick Sema battling for it. The Knights Cohen Bidgood sees this one up to Hawkins, but it's poked away from Jensen Geldart at center. Rouser back in. Fumbled the puck along the near side wall off the glass and out to center. They work it back into the Spirit end. 2.5 gone. Here's an opportunity for Jackson Cover in front. And the centering feed could not get there. Blake Barnes tied a man up. This is Jensen Geldart leading the Spirit counterattack. Back in after 4 games on the shelf. Geldart's shot from a bad angle goes off a leg. Battle for it along the far side wall. It's knocked aside by Saginaw's Sema as he got tied up with Brady Wasselin. The broken stick of Sebastian Gervais has an impact on this play, but it's back in behind Gatto's net here. 3 minutes gone in the first period. Some line changes and an opportunity for the Knights to skate this back out. Line is funked. A little trouble in front of the penalty box doors. This is pulled away by Storch. Back and forth with Geldart. Here's a chance for Storch into the left circle. A backhanded shot and a save made by Gatto. He'll hang on for a face-off here. Good work by Liam Storch and a sneaky release on the backhand, but a save is made. 16:44 left in this first period. Couple of decent scoring chances. Shurigan made one with a lot of traffic in front. He had bodies in his goal crease. Sebastian Gatto, a sharp angle try from Liam Storch as he's back into the lineup for consecutive games here. The Carson Harmer line is back out. Saginaw, 11 forwards and 6 defensemen without Barch or Dimas Jilkin here. So we'll see a rotating cast of characters on the fourth line. The Knights clear the puck They're going to poke things back in past James Go. Little shuffling of the defensive pairings as well. Go usually not with Josh Glavin, but that's who's out there right now. And this puck back in behind the Spirit net. Carson Harmer takes a check. Puck on the stick of Josh Glavin. The pass too far over the stick of Trevor Thoyer. And so Saginaw guilty of icing. Your officials for tonight's game, brought to you by WNEM TV5. Jack Hannigan and Joe Monette, the referees. The linesmen, Will Lamoureux and Dustin McCrank, are reminding the Spirit that they've got to keep the same group of players out there on the ice. Defensive zone face-off will be taken by Carson Harmer. Scored the game winner last time the Spirit were here. 2 goals and an assist for Harmer. He'll win this draw to the right of Stepan Shurigan. Josh Glavin pumps it around. Trevor Thoyer can't get to the puck first, so he's going to try to take a piece of Julian Brown. And the Knights will keep the puck alive. Back behind the Spirit net, reeled back in by Glavin. Makes the play on his backhand. Puck off the glass, out to center. Liam Storch turns and fires it back in. Spirit get a line change here. Sebastian Gatto drops things off. His defenseman, Henry Brustevich. First rounder to the LA Kings. Throws it back in behind the Spirit net. Little crunch in the corner there. Sebastian Gervais, soon to become Saginaw's all-time leader in games played later on this season. This is taken now by the rookie defenseman Levi Harper, off the boards but not out. Brown keeps it alive for the Knights. Look out, all alone. Hawkins in front. A right pad save by Shurigan. All kinds of daylight and time for Hawkins, and Shurigan makes the save. 15.5 to go. It stays scoreless here in the first period. Wilmot a long shot, and that one right on. No trouble for Shurigan on that one. Right in the breadbasket, hangs on for a face-off. Spirit can't get that puck out. You heard Chris Lazary talk during Coach's Corner about getting those passes out of the neutral zone and the difficulties and challenges when the Knights are able to hem you in the D zone and pick off those outlet passes. We nearly saw it right there on that chance for Caden Hawkins, one of London's overage players. Free agent signing earlier this year after a stint with the Waterloo Blackhawks of the USHL last season. 45 points in 58 games last year for Hawkins. St. Louis native. D-zone faceoff handled again by the Spirit. That's another faceoff win for Carson Harmer. Jacob Pluche leads the Spirit back in. 7th rounder to the Winnipeg Jets chases this one down in the offensive zone. Knights will flip that one out off the official. Fortunate bounce there for the Spirit. Brody Papoy tries to keep it alive for Kluche. Battle in the corner with Jared Woolley. Van Bommel gets it back out to center. This is Blake Barnes for Saginaw. Kluche has to wait. He can't touch that puck. Van Bommel back to Woolley. Outlet pass up the near side. Van Bommel spins it back in and one hands the puck around. Graydon Jones gets to it first in the corner. Can't play it in front. Jones knocked down into his goaltender. Everybody's all right. They're back up and the puck is back out at center. 14:45 to go here. No score in the first period from Canada Life Place. Big time collision there as Barnes comes over to hit Bidgood. But the Knights are offside. London trying to put the pieces together after a 4-3 loss against the Niagara Ice Dogs on the road last night. Down 4-1 at one point. They had a pretty good bid at a comeback effort. Scored 2 goals in the third period. Outshot the Ice Dogs 15-5 in that third period. Ultimately could not come from behind to pick up the win. Saginaw, 4 come-from-behind victories in the third period this season. That is second most in the Ontario Hockey League. They'd like to not get to that point, but they have that ability. Should it get to that point? Spirit in the offensive end here. No score in the first period. This is Levi Harper. Left wing hash marks. Takes some stick checks from Jackson Cover and drops it off. Xander Valeris, a point shot into traffic, blocked on its way by Andoni Femus. Knights have some numbers the other direction. Femus leads the charge. Dropped off a long shot and a blocker save by Stepan Shurigan on Mike Zakharov. Didn't look to be too dangerous of a try. Jackson Culver's on this back in the Knights end. 6 minutes gone here in the first period. Shots on goal brought to you by Frankenmuth Insurance and Saginaw Bay Underwriters. 5-2 in favor of London. Brady Wazelin over the offensive blue line. Turns that one cross ice. Misses its intended target in Culver. No, Nick Sema will flip things back up. Gervais is offside as he will receive that pass in the air, but ahead of the play. And so a stoppage here. 13:47 to go. First period, no score. Back to Canada Life Place in a minute here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
You really do get it all at Garber Chevrolet in Linwood. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall customer experience that will keep you coming back. We're also where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards of service. Come see us. Get a better overall experience and lease for less in Linwood. Garber Chevrolet Linwood, M13, north of Bay City. Online, garberlinwood.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Hi, this is Caleb Papineau, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 WSGW.
Back inside Canada Life Place. No score between the Saginaw Spirit and the London Knights. 5-2 in favor of the home squad. And Saginaw nearing the Christmas break right now. This is game 30 out of 68. Just a couple of more before the guys get time to go home. Tomorrow against the Kitchener Rangers. That'll be superhero night with the Can Council. Then Wednesday against the Sioux. And next weekend against the Oshawa Generals for the Teddy Bear Toss night. We're moving right along here in 25-26. Offensive zone faceoff won by the Knights. It'll be deflected towards the net quite slowly. Handled by Stepan Shurigan, and Josh Glavin has a word or two for Mike Zakharov. But nothing more will come of that, so a face-off to the right of Shurigan. Josh Glavin, or Sebastian Gervais, rather, gets tossed out of this draw, so Igor Barabanov comes over. Gervais been the replacement for Dima Zhilkin on the top line here. First of a 3-game suspension for Zhilkin. Spirit win the face-off, heads up, that gets deflected off the glass, nearly into the London bench. Saginaw's going to keep this in the offensive end for a second. Gervais tries to hunt that puck down. Wilmot turns it ahead, fumbled by James Go at the Spirit line. So this is Hawkins to turn a backhanded pass into the offensive zone for the Knights. They go to work. Stolen by Gervais. Motors up the boards. Pass to the middle. Gervais. Now Barabanov. Back in. Gervais gets a bump there before the puck gets to him. Rustevich out the far side. Back at center. Klepov ties up Wilmot, so he can't handle the pass. This is Glavin back in the Spirit end here. 7 minutes gone. No score in the first period between Saginaw and the London Knights. Knights intercept the pass from Barabanov in the Spirit zone. Wilmot will turn it back in behind the net of Shurigan. Turned along by Caden Hawkins, and a long point shot off Sabani's in front. And coming up with the save is Shurigan. Not sure how he saw that through traffic. 3 bodies right on the doorstep. Stepan Shurigan, 1,444 minutes coming into tonight's game, 719 saves coming into this contest as well to pace the OHL. He and his fellow first-year Spirit players, Nikita Klepov and Igor Barabanov, recently named to the Connor McDavid OHL Top Prospects game coming up in Peterborough in mid-January. Exciting opportunity for those 3 players as the Spirit win a D-zone face-off and get it out to center. Woolley fires that off of Van Bommel. It'll be turned back in by Cohen Bidgood. Shurigan's out of his net to play it. A couple of stick handles, and he gets it out of danger. Bidgood ducks low on Jones. This is Van Bommel back behind the Spirit. And a left circle shot. That one goes high from Woolley. Rims back around Linus Funk, another try, and that one stopped by Shurigan. An extra jam from Van Bommel. Nothing more after. Jacob Pluche not particularly thrilled with that. 12:23 to go here in this first period. Still no score. And again, that's Shurigan back in between the pipes after his second stint of 9 consecutive hockey games. Caleb Papineau made 31 saves in one of his better performances on the season last Saturday in Brampton. He's Saginaw's backup goaltender tonight. The Spirit win another defensive zone faceoff. That's some crucial D-zone draws won by Carson Harmer here in this first period. He leads the charge into the offensive zone and snaps a shot that goes into the glass over the glove of Sebastian Gatto. Spirit rim this back around. They look to set up shop in the offensive end again. Valeris underneath. Carson Harmer turns it over, and a delayed penalty is coming. Stepan Shurigan to the bench. Here's Valeris on the left point. Extra attacker is on. It's Klepov. Here comes Kaluche. High in the offensive zone. Takes a shot that gets blocked. Rebound chance. And a right pad save by Gatto on Carson Harmer. It'll be touched up by the Knights, and a slashing penalty upcoming. 11:51 left in this first period. Linus Funk will be guilty of the slashing call. Saginaw to the first IBEW Local 557 power play here in this game. 12th in the OHL, just shy of 21% on the season, but on the road, their fortunes have been much better. Power play at 28.6 in other teams' buildings this year for one reason or another. Gervais, Kluche, Barabanov, Harper, and Klepov. Again, no Dimas Yilkin, who's a key part of this Top Spirit power play. They have it off the draw. Barabanov, a shot into traffic, goes just wide. Off the glass, but stays in. Levi Harper, 6 assists in his last 6 hockey games, a point draw. That one blocked by Gervais on its way through. Off the far side boards, the Knights do clear. And the rookie sensation Harper knocks it down at center. Back in for Kluche. Left wing circle, takes advantage. Klepov the shot. Great save by Gatto. Rebound corralled by Barabanov. At the left wing hash marks again. Center point, this is Harper. Near side Kluche. Harper again. 30 seconds gone on the power play. Funk in the box for slashing. This is Harper, center point again. Near side, Klepov, top of the circle. Down low, Kluche back there for Klepov, and the one-time chance was poked away by Brustevich. So out to pick things up in the Spirit end is Harper. Long stretch pass, Gervais back into the zone with speed. Centering feed, that one sent wide by Kluche. Had Gatto beaten, not sure if he got that pass disrupted. And now the Knights come back the other direction shorthanded. This will be taken with speed. Van Gorp down the right side, watched by Harper. Turns it back into the offensive corner now for Cohen Bidgood. Gervais comes right to him, so does Harper. Klepov is on this puck. They'll wait for some room here. 45 to go in the first Spirit power play of the game. This will be turned back around by Levi Harper. Waiting for the line change to be completed here. Precious time ticking away, and Harper drops it off for Brody Popoy. Second power play unit is on. Carson Harmer in with speed. One pass too many, but they get it back. Uri Rauja. Center point, James Go. Nick Sema. A little bit of room. Back to the center point. James Go. Left side, Harmer. Down to the near goal line. Popoy in front. That one off the stick of Gatto. Rebound chase down in behind the net. Sema's got it. Right circle. Near side. Carson Harmer snaps a shot. Another pad save by Gatto. Sema's on the rebound. Brody Popoy in the left wing corner. Takes it to the goal line. Put back up high. Goes off a London skate and out to center. And that'll do it for the slashing penalty. Knights have killed off the only power play in this game so far. Long shot by James Go. Easily handled by Gatto. Back at 5-on-5. The Knights look to move this puck out to center. Off the boards. James Go gets to it first. Linus Funk from just inside the line. Takes a hit from Sema, but steers the puck in deep. 9:30 to go. No score here in the first period from London. Back up the near boards it comes. Uri Rauja can't get it out past Brustevich. Down to the goal line. He scores! Henry Brustevich from an impossible angle. Up over the glove hand side of Shurigan. The Knights take a 1-0 lead. Ninth goal of the season for the LA Kings first round pick, and not much you can do about that. A rolling puck from the bottom of the right circle. Brustevich is a right shot. He's got time. He's got a little bit more of a comfortable angle, and he just picks the corner right past the ear of Stepan Shurigan. The Knights will score on their 8th shot of the hockey game and take the 1-0 lead. And Donnie Femus off the draw. Back up to center. The cross-ice pass intercepted by Liam Storch. Can't get the puck ahead to Trevor Thoyer. Back at center ice again. Here come the Knights. Dropped off. Lowry steps to the middle. Takes a shot. Gets blocked and goes just over the crossbar. Knights trying to double dip here. They send the fourth line on, though. Max Crete. Logan Howry. Turn it back down low. This is Crete. Walking out of the corner. Up high. Drops it back. Chance from the point. Snapped off the leg of Barnes. Comes out of the corner now. And Donnie Femus. Near side for Caleb Mitchell, his defensive counterpart. Turns around just inside the line and dumps it back down low. Logan Howry put back in front. That's swept away by Jensen Geldart. Max Crete off the corner boards. Swept back up high for Caleb Mitchell. Bunted back down by Howry. Crete on the centering pass. It's intercepted by Jones. Spirit look to transition here. Braden Jones leads the charge over center red. Dumps it back in, but chases it down himself. Applies the pressure to Donnie Femus. Try to put it back in front, and the goaltender Sebastian Gatto will cover right before that could come back out to Igor Barabanov. 3-game point streak for Barabanov. 3 goals, 3 assists for 6 points in those 3 contests. Saginaw's second leading scorer, 35 points on the year. Behind only Nikita Klepov, who is also in the middle of a 3-game scoring streak. Offensive zone face-off as those two are out with Gervais. Knights win the draw, however, and flip it back out to center. Van Gorp runs into Glavin. Hawkins and Wilmot bring the puck over for the Knights. They're into the offensive corner now. This is Hawkins, hit by Josh Glavin. Wilmot waiting there as well. Klepov takes him into the boards 2 against 2. James Go looks to tip the scales. The puck doesn't move. 7:54 to go in the first period. 1-0. The Knights have the lead on the Henry Brustevich goal. The Spirit get the puck out of the corner. Now this is Gervais looking north. Flips it back in. Barabanov, first man to it. Back out in front. The centering pass is cut off by Linus Funk. Knights have it. Hawkins turns it back out to the neutral zone. Xander Valeris hits his own player, James Go, but also Evan Van Gorp. The Knights have this puck in the far corner boards. Knocked away by Gervais, taken by Go. Flips it calmly back out to center. Henry Brustevich cut off by Igor Barabanov. Off his skate. Loose puck there for Klepov. Near side, Barabanov. Has his back to the middle of the ice. Drops it off. This is Valeris. Puts it in front. They score! Friendly fire off of Wilmot. Valeris gets the goal. 7:14 to go in the first period. The Spirit tie the game at 1. Some puck luck early. Xander Valeris, 4th goal of the season. Had a goal and an assist against the Knights on November the 29th. He fires that one. It was supposed to be a backdoor tap-in, or at least a backdoor chance. Goes off the skate of Wilmot into the back of the net. And we are tied up here in this first period. Face off at center as Brady Waslin locks up with Brody Popoy. Strange bounce. I believe it was Igor Barabanov that was at the far goal post who would have been the intended recipient of that pass. Waslin and Popoy keep going at one another. 7-11 here in this first period. We're tied at 1. Knights bring it back in. Carson Harmer throws a hit. Puck high in the zone. Picked up by Brustevich. Fires another one. That's off the glove of Shurigan. Valeris handles the rebound. Up for Cloutier. Can't chop it back out past the black sweaters. Waslin holds it in. Off the far boards. This is Mike Zakharov. Down to the goal line. Tries to put it in front. Good paddle poke there by Stepan Shurigan to get it out of danger. This is Valeris. Up the near side boards. Held by Brown. Turned back in behind the net of Shurigan. On it is Jackson Culver. Trying to bank it off the net to himself. Levi Harper says thank you. He'll put that puck off the boards. Too far for Brody Popoy. Brown again up for Jackson Culver. Trying to steal this puck is Brody Popoy. The Knights will fire this one back up. It's intercepted by Sema at center. He's got some room. Darts wide on Culver. Puts it in front of pad save by Gatto. Long rebound handled by the Knights. And Culver's going to send this one the other direction. This is Braden Clark down the left side. Good defensive stick by Uri Rauja. Off some more sticks. Culver on the far boards. Lots of room. Andoni Famous in the middle. Sends it back toward the tap-in. Sent just wide by Braden Clark. Puck off the boards. The Spirit clear things to center. Inside 6 to go here in the first period. 1-1. Close call back in the Saginaw end just moments ago. Van Bommel applies pressure to Levi Harper. Back in the Spirit end. Jensen Geldart is there. Puts it up the near side boards. Andoni Famous for the Knights. Now Braden Clark up high. Takes a shot there and off a couple of bodies. One of the Knights is down. I believe that puck hit him up high. Uri Rauja off the far boards for Geldart. It's Van Bommel, or Cohen Bidgood rather, who is slow to get back to the London bench. Braden Jones now just inside the line for the Spirit. A shot by Nick Sema gets tipped. Gatto makes the save and hangs on. Couple of pokes after the fact, but nothing more. 5:25 to go. First period. Saginaw and London tied at 1. Back after this here on 100.5 FM WSGW.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about: questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Ryan Coe to create your personal price plan today.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Back inside Canada Life Place, a 1-1 hockey game between the Saginaw Spirit and the London Knights. Xander Valeris and Henry Brustevich, a couple of defensemen, the only goal scorers in this game so far. Sebastian Gatto and Stepan Shurigan have had their fair share of pucks come their way. And again, Gatto getting his first start since November the 21st. Last couple of games he'd come into had been in relief of Alexei Medvedev. who was chased last night against the Niagara Ice Dogs. So this is technically the second game in 24 hours for Gatto. Offensive zone fade off for the Spirit. Barabanov on the tie-up. Knights will pull it out. It goes off the skate of the linesman. Nobody can come away cleanly with it. Now Bidgood does. Moves things up the ice here. For Clark into the offensive zone. Drives wide on James Goen. Puts it back behind Shurigan. Josh Glavin there for Saginaw. He gets closed off. Barabanov waiting for that puck to come back out. Bidgood there for the London Knights. The puck is underneath a pile of bodies right now. As Glavin is locked up with one of the Knights. The puck is they're in a seated position right now. I believe finally we'll get this blown down. 4:57 left in the first period. It was under Van Bommel and Josh Glavin. The face-off to come in the defensive zone here for the Saginaw Spirit. Kluche's line comes back on. 3 helpers for the Jets prospect last time he was here. And again, Carson Harmer in this hockey game, we talked about his prowess in the face-off circle. He's already 5 for 7. He's been Saginaw's go-to guy in the dot so far, at least in this game. Gervais only been on the ice for 2 face-offs so far. Carson Harmer against Ben Wilmot here. Harmer's won another one. Rapidly becoming one of the stories of the first period. Spirit worked their way out of the defensive zone. Kluche up for Glavin, kicks it ahead. Locks up with Julian Brown back behind the net now in the London zone. Knights throw an outlet pass. It gets past Harmer off the boards. Van Gorp doesn't have the angle. Shurigan's out to play it. Gets that puck out of danger and back to center. 4:35 to go. First period, 1-1. Here comes Papoy into the offensive zone. Brody Papoy thought better of a backhanded shot. Throws it in front. And Kluche can't get a stick down. Off the corner boards it goes. Knights come away with it. Flip it up high. It's kept alive by Harmer in the slot. Can't get a shot away. Just drops it back to Graydon Jones at the point. That puck does not get down below the goal line. Instead, back out at center. Jones for his defensive partner, go. Then in, Brody Papoy. Fired it back in behind the net of Sebastian Gatto. Graydon Jones off the boards. Curls around. Left wing circle. Now center point, James Go. Back to Jones, just inside the line. A point shot gets blocked by Wilmot. Back out at center. Go on the restart. Knights and Spirit both sneak some players off. Jones's pass just tipped in by Sema. Back behind the Knights' goal. Liam Storch in pursuit. Brown is there. Holds him off with his frame. 6'4" Julian Brown back up the left side. Knights have a chance as that couldn't be dragged through Barnes by Max Crete. Sema sends a breakout pass down the left side. This is Liam Storch. Stomps the brakes at the left circle. Cuts across. Hits the late man. Barnes, a long shot into traffic. That one fought off by Gatto. Up into the air. Stays alive here. 3:18 to go in the first period. Still a 1-1 game. Liam Storch puts the puck into the offensive corner. Nick Sema in the trapezoid. Behind the net now to the corner again. Back up to the right point. Blake Barnes. Sema lets the pass go. Jensen Geldart has that cut off. It'll be Caleb Mitchell on the intercept for the Knights. Sema leaps up into the air to try and keep the puck alive. It's Geldart at center. And play will be blown dead as they'll rule Sema gloved it over to Geldart. So a hand pass. And Sema's got a couple of words for the London bench, who have some words for Nick Sema. 6 points in 12 games in his career against the London Knights, Nick Sema. 3 goals, 3 assists. 14 points in 27 games here in his overage season. And again, Chris Lazary talked about guys that are going to be needed to step up here in the absence of Dimas Jokin. Sema likely one. Sebastian Gervais unable to win a face-off at center. Levi Harper has to intercept this puck. It's tied up in the skates of the linesman at the Spirit line. Finally one back. Harper to Xander Valeris. Stretch pass goes off the skate of Barabanov. He recovers and turns it back in deep. Sebastian Gatto throws this puck around. Stretch pass at the line. Here's a chance. Partial break. Waslin in. He gets hung up there by Valeris. Couldn't get a shot away. Waslin was looking for a call. Barabanov takes the puck away. Levi Harper up for Gervais. Down the left side. Tries to get wide on Funk. Knights fans just realize that there won't be a penalty coming. This is back in behind the offensive net here for the Spirit as Klepov got turned around. Linus Funk gets it out of danger here for the Knights. Waslin will steal. Up through center, shouldered nicely there by Nikita Klepov. Down to 2:10 left in this first period. Still a 1-1 game. Klepov near side. Barabanov over the line. Opens the skates in the circle. Gets taken into the corner boards. Klepov there to offer some help. Barabanov off the wall. Gervais there for Glavin. Left point, Glavin can't get it low. The puck bounces up on him, delayed offside. And so the Spirit touch up. The Knights have a second to start the breakout. Henry Brustevich through center ice. Drops it off. Culver cuts to the middle. Left circle now. Gets the shot away and a save made by Shurigan. Carson Harmer gets the backhander out to center. Brody Papoy gets hung up there on Brustevich. He's got this puck now inside the London line. Brustevich cross ice. Picked up, moved towards the middle. Cannot find its intended target. James Go goes off the wall. Jacob Kluche sees the open ice and attacks it. Here comes Kluche. Clapper there. Blocker saved by Wilmot. Now that one pulled off the wall by Julian Brown. Knights go off the far side boards again. Approaching the final minute here, the first period. Knights from just outside the Saginaw blue line. Turn it back in for Stepan Shurigan. He wrists this one around. Brody Papoy and Donnie Femus lock up back in the Saginaw end. Outlet pass too far for Harmer, but he catches up to it. Tries to tap the brakes against Hawkins. Moves this puck back up through center. Hawkins down the left side into the offensive end. And Donnie Femus, the trailer. Shot gets blocked by Papoy. Rebound chance off the wall. Caught up there by Shurigan. And he hangs on the try from Hawkins. 42.8 here in the first. A little bit of a mix-up afterwards between Jacob Flute and Cohen Bidgood. Good chances. That puck came off the wall. 42.8. They replay the breakaway try. That was shut down by Xander Valeris on the video board at center. Defensive zone draw coming up here for the Spirit. Gervais to take it. Seaman Geldart out there with him. Jensen Geldart recently one of 4 Spirit prospects named to the GOHL Top Prospects game. That will run concurrent to the OHL Top Prospects game. It'll be the night before. Spirit win the defensive zone face-off here. Final moments of the first period in a 1-1 tie. Wilmot lost the puck at center. Picked up and turned back in by Van Bommel off the corner boards. Knights have it. This is Van Gorp. Back down below the net of Shurigan. Van Gorp up high. Fumbled by Woolley. Nick Sema has a chance the other way with 15 to go. Sema one-on-one with Brustevich. Snaps a shot. Save made by Sebastian Gatto. And the rebound picked up by James Go to the corner boards and moved back out to center by London. 5 seconds left here. Josh Glavin off the wall. James goes on it from center. That'll be it for the first. As time expires before Go can get a shot away. Shots 11-9 in favor of the Knights in that first period. Henry Brustevich and Xander Valeris, a couple of unassisted goals. The only markers on the board. They've got us into the first intermission, tied at 1. We'll take a break. First intermission report coming back your way. Look at the out-of-town scoreboards. Jonathan, myself, a recap of that first period. We're back after this here on 100.5 FM WSGW.
From the depths of the ocean to the farthest reaches of space, Corning's technologies push the boundaries of what's possible. We're the world's leading innovator in glass and ceramic science, and we're innovating right here in Michigan. Corning's solar wafer site in Hemlock is helping guarantee American energy security. We're investing in our local Michigan communities. That's why Corning is a proud sponsor of the Saginaw Spirit. Learn more about Corning today at corning.com.
Independent Bank is proud to be the corporate sponsor of your Saginaw Spirit. We've been banking in Michigan for 160 years and have always put our customers and communities first. We pride ourselves on being a full-service bank, offering an exceptional banking experience for personal, small business, and commercial banking customers, helping them to achieve financial independence. Be a game changer. Be independent. Member FDIC.
At Garber Chevy Chesaning, better means you get it all. Better prices, better selection, and better service. Our factory-trained technicians keep your vehicle in top condition. We have everything your vehicle needs, even tires. Come see us at Garber Chevy Chesaning and see how you can get it all. At the corner of M52 and M57, online at GarberChesaning.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
Did you know the University of Michigan-Flint is the fastest growing public university in the state? How do we do it? Access to top-ranked degree programs and one of the largest alumni networks. access to small class sizes with renowned U of M professors, and access to the Go Blue free tuition guarantee. Because sometimes in life, where you're going depends on where you go. Learn more about our growth at uofmflint.edu.
It's time for your intermission report. In the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, here is Jonathan Dent.
A fast-paced back-and-forth first period with some great chances either way. Strangely, it's two of the less dangerous looks that end up in the back of the net, and we close out 20 minutes at a 1-1 tie. Let's take a look back at that first period, brought to you by Raymond. Empower your purpose. It was a much quicker start this time than the last time the Spirit visited London. Stefan Shurigan makes a nice save early on, then keeps out Henry Brustevich as he moves in off the bench and shoots around traffic down low.
Reverse for Femus again. Wooley's going to try to sneak off on a line change. Puck set to the net. Right pad saved by Shurigan. Brustevich is fresh on the ice. Knifes his way through to save made by the left shoulder of the Saginaw netminder Shurigan.
Not too long after, he stops Caden Hawkins when he receives a pass just a few feet outside of the crease. He takes all the time he's got to line up a shot, but Shurigan's pads shut him down.
This is taken now by the rookie defenseman Levi Harper, off the boards but not out. Brown keeps it alive for the Knights. Look out all alone. Hawkins in front. A right pad saved by Shurigan. All kinds of daylight and time for Hawkins. And Shurigan makes the save.
Saginaw gets the first power play of the evening. Linus Funk goes away for slashing. The Spirit get things moving in the offensive end. They send a couple pucks on the net, but they're kept out by Sebastian Gatto. Soon after things even up, Henry Brustevich stops a Saginaw breakout along the right side boards. He scores on the top left corner of the Spirit net from the bottom of the right circle to make it 1-0.
Back up the near boards it comes. Uri Rauja can't get it out past Brustevich. Down to the goal line. He scores! Henry Brustevich from an impossible angle. Up over the glove hand side is Shurigan. The Knights take a 1-0 lead.
10 minutes, 37 seconds, the time of the goal on that one. But it doesn't take too long as a would-be pass from the point by Xander Valeris deflects off a London skate and into the net to tie things up at 1.
Loose puck there for Klepov. Near side, Barabanov. As it's back to the middle of the ice, drops it off. This is Valeris. Puts it in front. They score! Friendly fire off of Wilmot. Valeris gets the goal. 7:14 to go in the first period. The Spirit tie the game at 1.
Your Herman Hisson Company time of the goal there, 12 minutes, 46 seconds. The Spirit kept pressuring over the course of the next few shifts. They put together some nice plays, get dangerous chances going towards the net while limiting opportunities the other way. A late push from the Knights is kind of built off of a few rushes. They fail to make anything materialize, and we close out with that 1-1 score. Shots on goal in the first period of play favored the Knights. I will get that number for you shortly. Scoring, though, it was Henry Brustevich unassisted. Xander Valeris also unassisted as well. Saginaw actually outshooting London in that period. That later push pulled them ahead on the shot count, 14-9. The Spirit 0 for 1 on the power play. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll break down that first period a little bit more for you here with Dylan on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
When you go Great Lakes Bay in Michigan, lose yourself in nature and find yourself at peace. Soak up the stillness of winter on glistening trails, or glide along an outdoor ice rink. Take charming carriage rides through snowy streets. Embrace the magic of the season and warm up with comfort food and handcrafted beverages. There are moments of pure greatness all around if we linger long enough to soak them in. Find yours at gogreat.com.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Mike Miner to create your personal price plan today.
Prost Wine Bar and Charcuterie now has 2 buzzing locations to enjoy. Visit us in downtown Frankenmuth or in uptown Bay City. We offer a full bar, menu, and memorable atmosphere. Walk-ins are always welcome, and Bay City is now accepting reservations online at prostwinebar.com. Open 7 days a week, make Prost Wine Bar in Frankenmuth or Uptown Bay City your destination for great wine and even better times.
It takes each of us to make Saginaw a place we're proud to call home. Since 1984, Saginaw Community Foundation has helped build and strengthen Saginaw County by bringing together people and resources to make a difference. We're a one-stop shop for giving, building endowments, grant-making, and community leadership. Visit SaginawFoundation.org today to learn more about how you can help support your community. Saginaw Community Foundation, building a flourishing community for all, for good, forever.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit hockey is WSGW.
Welcome back. After one period of play, the Saginaw Spirit tied with the London Knights at 1 apiece as we bring in from the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth, Dylan Clark. Dylan, the confusion with the shot count, it's innocent enough. The website has one count. That's the official count, while the in-building count is a little bit different. The in-building count has London ahead. Saginaw actually outshooting the Knights 14-9 there. And this is a very different game than we saw last time the Spirit were in Canada Life Place. A lot of zip, a little bit more physical and close play, but the Spirit have been playing really good hockey through 20 minutes here.
Yeah, John, I think you're right. There's a lot to like out of that first period, with the exception of the shot discrepancy, but that really doesn't affect the play on the ice. I thought there were some good chances in that first period. You kind of take the exception of that Caden Hawkins chance right off the blue crease where he had 3 seconds to hold and shoot the puck. And then there was the backdoor tap in for the Knights that did not connect. It was an inch or two away from connecting, but it didn't. Those are the only two really, really good scoring chances. Like that Henry Brustevich goal wasn't a great scoring chance. It was just a really good shot from a bad angle. I think there's a lot to like as far as limiting chances on the Spirit side of things. Like, it's hard to shake off when you fall 8-5 to a hockey team 2 weeks ago. It can be a little tough to get that out of your head, but you know what? They went back, they looked at video of their last game here, which we've said it a number of times, was probably the best road game of the season. That 4-2 win back on November the 28th. That's the team that the Spirit look like right now.
Absolutely. I do want to mention through that first 20 minutes, it seems like this season there's been a lot of passes that have just gotten away from the Spirit, some chances that would have materialized if that pass had just connected. Through that first period, all of those passes were connecting and they were manufacturing those amazing chances, and it's great to see those things starting to click a little bit more.
Yeah, and you know what? It starts in the defensive zone. Like for the Spirit, it's Braden Jones, it's Janer Valeris, it's Levi Harper. Chris Lazary made a point to talk about the importance of getting that first pass out of the defensive zone. I mean, how many times have we seen when that isn't happening, when that's not clicking at a high level? You get hemmed in, you give up more and more chances, you get tired, you get bogged down.
Well, you look at that Brustevich goal. It came from a failed breakout.
Yes, and it doesn't take too many of those before your head is spinning and you're down by a considerable amount on the scoreboard. So they've done well to limit those opportunities so far in the first period. I think, as Dennis DeRosier likes to say, good road period. That was a fantastic road period here for the Spirit in the first 20 minutes of play.
Absolutely. Something to build on there. Another thing to build on is the face-off wins. Carson Harmer, you mentioned him a couple times during play. He's 6 for 8 in the face-off dot for Saginaw through that first period of play, and he's making his presence known on the ice as well. He's making some good plays there. What have you seen from him?
Yeah, you know what, Carson Harmer, it's been a really good start to the night in the face-off circle for him. 6 of 8. He's not been the go-to guy face-off-wise. When you think of face-offs for the Spirit, you think Sebastian Gervais, 56% on the year. But you know what? Don't count out Carson Harmer either. 54.3 on the season, right behind him. He's been the go-to guy in the dot here tonight, had a couple of good chances. And like we said, 3 points the last time he was in this building. After a little bit of a slower start to the year, Harmer's starting to put together some more Carson Harmer-like performances, for lack of a better term, here over the last couple of hockey games. That line was fantastic. It was easily Saginaw's best line the last time they were here with Brody Popoy and Jacob Pluche. I think they're a good bet to maybe follow along for some more offense in the second period.
We'll see how things come together for the Spirit in the second period. Dylan, as always, thank you for your time. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, a look at our out-of-town scores presented by Buffalo Wild Wings here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Garber Buick is America's oldest Buick dealership. Our factory-trained service technicians deliver precision care to keep your vehicle performing at its best. We also have an award-winning body shop. We even sell parts and tires. You truly get it all at Garber Buick. Better service, better selection, and better prices. Garber Buick, State Street in Saginaw. Online, garberbuick.com. Buick, exceptional by design.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
At Dow, we believe performance starts long before the whistle blows. It begins in the lab, where science meets sport. From apparel to playing surfaces to gear, we create cutting-edge materials that help drive high performance from lab to stadium. Because in sports, just like in science, every second counts. And every material matters. Dow, at the intersection of sport and science. Learn more at dow.com/sports.
Looking for an easier way to travel? Fly from MBS International Airport, conveniently located in the heart of the Great Lakes Bay region. No long lines, simple to get around, and for the best deals, always book directly at mbsairport.org, with Delta and United providing access to wherever you want to fly. MBS is putting the world right outside your door. MBS International Airport. Save time and money and fly from nearby. Visit mbsairport.org.
In hockey, every play counts, and retirement's no different. At McIntosh & Associates, we're your financial line mates, helping you skate through the tough stuff. Taxes, healthcare, income planning, and more. You bring the goals. We'll help set up the assist. Schedule your visit at wealthmichigan.com or call 989-692-2200. Retirement made clear, with a team that plays to win.
Your region, your team. You're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
Welcome back. After one period of play, there is only one tie game in the Ontario Hockey League here this evening. It is the game between the Saginaw Spirit and London Knights, tied up at 1, as we take a look at our out-of-town scores, brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Right now, the Flint Firebirds leading the Kitchener Rangers 2-0 as we head into the second period there. The Kingston Frontenacs up 2-1 after one over the Windsor Spitfires. Former Spirit defenseman Will Bishop started the scoring in Kingston, his first of the season. The Spits get one back, and then the Frontenacs score with just a couple minutes left in the period to keep that 2-1 lead. The Ottawa 67s 1-0 after 20 minutes of play against the Oshawa Generals. A 4-2 lead for the Owen Sound attack over the hometown Sudbury Wolves. The Guelph Storm right now up 1-0 over the Sarnia Sting. Guelph's Sam Johnston has his first of the season, assisted by Christopher Soares, 15 minutes into the period there to give the Guelph Storm that lead. And the Brampton Steelheads currently leading the Sioux Greyhounds 1-0 after one period of play. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Dylan has the call of the second period as the Saginaw Spirit and the London Knights tied up at 1 apiece here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Are you looking to make a sweet change in your career? Plant your career with Michigan Sugar Company. Michigan Sugar Company is now hiring STEM, skilled trades, maintenance, and general labor roles at their Bay City, Caro, Croswell, and Seaboing factories. Visit michigansugar.com/careers for a full list of available roles and to start your application today. Michigan Sugar Company, making life sweeter since 1906.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Chris Barrios to create your personal price plan today. Garber Ford is proud to serve Bay City with the same customer service the Great Lakes Bay region has come to expect since 1907. Our Ford team of experts you know and trust are dedicated to making your experience even better. And your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards. We have everything you need, even tires. Get it all at Garber Ford. Come see us in Bay City at the intersection of Euclid, Wilder, and Better. Online at GarberFordBayCity.com.
Enjoy the spirit of Frankenmuth and score big with your kids at the indoor water parks. The puck stops here in Funtown, where fan favorites include chicken and Christmas, but there's really so much more. Arcades, breweries, carriage rides, shopping, and pretzel rolling. Frankenmuth, where we leave the icing to the dessert. 800 Funtown. No matter how cold it is outside or in the hockey rink, there's loads of indoor fun waiting just down the road in Frankenmuth.
As proud sponsors of the Saginaw Spirit hockey team, the Barb Smith Suicide Resource and Response Network invite you to join us in supporting the players in our community. Our mission is to prevent suicide through education, advocacy, connection to resources, and support for those impacted by suicide. Visit us at srrn.net. That's srrn.net to learn more about our programs and events. Let's go Spirit!
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Getting set for the second period here from Canada Life Place. A 1-1 tie between the Saginaw Spirit and the London Knights. Henry Brustevich opened the scoring with the London goals. Anna Valerius, a little bit of puck luck to get Saginaw forward at 1-1. The Carson Harmer, Jacob Cloutier, and Brody Popoy line starts out for period 2. Josh Glavin and James go together. The Wilmot line starts out here for the London Knights. They are not led by Dale Hunter tonight. His son Dylan behind the benches. Dale and Mark Hunter at World Junior Camp getting Team Canada ready. The Knights have iced the puck here right off the hop to start period 2. That'll take 7 seconds off the clock and send Saginaw down for an offensive zone faceoff. One win already in this building, 4-2 back on November the 28th. Just the 9th time the Spirit have won at Canada Life Place or Budweiser Gardens in the regular season. A difficult venue to play in as the road team, to say the least. Off to a good start here in this hockey game as the Knights clear on the defensive zone faceoff. Josh Glavin to pick things up in the Saginaw end. Pass off the wall. James Go coughed it up. Wilmot turns it back down into the corner for Hawkins. Run off the puck by James Go. Carson Harmer is there. Wilmot intercept in the right wing corner of the Spirit end. Tries to pull it off the wall, put it right onto the stick of Brody Popoy. He leads the Spirit charge up through center, crosses paths. Now it's Cloutier into the offensive end. Tries to hit the trailer, Carson Harmer. Pokes it out of danger, but the Knights do get this puck back out at center. Wilmot back in, drop pass. Van Gorp cross ice. Off the backside of somebody's skate. This is Wilmot now out of the right wing corner. Turns it back underneath. Van Gorp back in behind. Step on Shurigan's net. Put it back in front off a Spirit skate. Taken now by Saginaw's Harmer. 60 seconds gone in the first period. Harmer through center red. Fires it back in. Saginaw gets a line change. Knights with the outlet pass. Banked off the wall into and back out of the glove of Stepan Shurigan, but he covers for a face-off here. Bit of a tense moment. 18:53. Every goaltender will play a slow rolling puck a little bit differently. A lot of guys, when it's on the left-hand side, they'll go stick in front of glove to stop it and then cover. Shurigan goes just glove on the ice a lot. And what we just saw right there is sometimes the reason why guys like to put the stick there for a little extra measure and just kind of knock some of the momentum out of it. Again, he covers the puck. No big deal, but just the tricks of the trade. Now an outlet pass, Barabanov into the offensive zone on the stretch from the Spirit. Levi Harper turns it back down in behind the net of Sebastian Gatto. Knights can't handle it. This is Klepov in the corner. Down looking for Gervais. Julian Brown knocks him off the puck. Braden Clark there for some close support. Gervais in front. Klepov has that one in the circle. Skates back up to the top of the zone. Taps the brakes. Goes the other way. Puts it in front off a skate. Left pad saved by Gatto. As Gervais was there, trying to angle the blade. No dice. 18:22 to go in the first. Good save by Gatto. For Sebastian Gervais, 3 goals against the Knights this year. 2 of them back at the Dow Event Center. He had the empty net goal last time the Spirit were here, and boy, did he ever pay a price for that one. He was surrounded by Knights as soon as the puck was in the back of the net. Offensive zone face-off. He'll help Barabanov and Klepov on that puck, but going Bidgood gets things out to center here for the Knights. Levi Harper's got to make a quick decision. Off some skates, now it's Gervais. Pass too far ahead of Klepov. Poked at by London's Brustevich. Barabanov takes a check from Braden Clark. A couple of former Sioux Falls Stampede players last year in the USHL, although their times did not overlap. This is rimmed back in behind the net of Stepan Shurigan. 17:54 to go here in the second period. Still a 1-1 score. Barabanov leads the charge into the offensive zone, poked away, but he gets it back. Just turns and fires it back in. The Spirit are offside. And so they touch up, and they'll might as well get a line change out of it for their efforts as this is dropped off back and behind the London net. Linus Funk, Colorado Avalanche prospect. This one up through center. High bouncing pass will be knocked down offside by the Knights. 17:28 left in this second period. Saginaw 2-4, 2-0 when entering the second period in a tie. London 2-2-1 in such scenarios. So what does that tell you? There's a lot of hockey left to be played, and things can go in a couple of different directions. That's why we tune in to find out what happens. Neutral zone faceoff taken by the Knights. Turned back in by Caleb Mitchell away from a sliding Blake Barnes. Knights into the corner. Put it back in front. Wazelin put that between the skates of Uri Rauja. He's hit Linus Funk. Funk turns it back in behind Stepan Shurigan's net. Braden Jones, backhanded pass. Popped up on by Funk. Can't handle it cleanly. This is Caleb Mitchell now. Back in the London zone. 3 minutes gone. Second period, 1-1 hockey game. Nick Sema on a turnover at center. Has it into the offensive end. Sema cuts up and takes a shot. That one deflected wide. Rebound picked up off the boards in the offensive end by Graydon Jones. Into the corner with Sema. Just chops it along the wall. James Go gets to it. On the far boards. Go turns towards the middle. Sends a shot that gets deflected. Back in behind Wilmot. Nick Sema crashes after it. Has the puck. Sema trying to buy some time while the Spirit are in the middle of a line change. Sema turns it down low for Sebastian Gervais. Put back in front. Thoyer can't get a shot away. Sema looking after that puck as the rebound came back in front. Now it's Gervais into the corner. Back down low. Hits the brakes. Gervais walking. Hash marks up high. James Go takes a shot into traffic. Deflected wide. Trevor Thoyer's taking a stick up high. Play going to continue. So he gets in after it. He's going to try to make his way back to the Spirit bench. Can't do it. As the Knights are still on this puck. Put up the near side boards. Hawkins put that off a skate. Thoyer comes back over and hits Mike Zakharov. Now Go. Far side. Liam Stort's trying to go back to Trevor Thoyer. That was handcuffed. Now Zakharov back in, and the cross-ice pass picked up Wazelin. Right wing circle, offensive end, lost the handle on it. Back behind the Spirit net, Jackson Cover. Trevor Thoyer, give him credit, still out on the ice. He's in some discomfort right now, back in the defensive end. Jackson Cover back into the right corner. Femus up high. Woolley takes a shot. That one blocked there by, you guessed it, Trevor Thoyer. Woolley right circle. Trying to shift his way on through. Thoyer out of the corner. Back up high. Jackson Cover shifting his way on through. James Go. Cover down low. One hands it in front. Loose puck. Save might have been made there by Shurigan. Now Woolley at the right point. Sweeps it back underneath here for the Knights. Pass Brody Cook. Back into the corner. Andoni Femus. Shouldered by Saginaw's James Go. This is Cook now. Up to the left point. Logan Hari. Sends it cross ice. Woolley turns it back in. James Go up the far wall. Liam Storch finally gets things out for the Spirit, but they'll be guilty of icing here. 15 minutes left in this second period, and a tired group of players has to stay out again. Not sure where Trevor Thoyer took either a stick or a puck up high. Ended up coming back and blocking a shot. He was trying to sneak off for 30 or 40 seconds. Couldn't do it. He's got to stay out with Liam Storch and Sebastian Gervais, Josh Glavin, and James Go as well. Face-off in the near face-off circle. Wilmot wins it. Hawkins dropped off at the left point. Brustevich gives it right back to him. The pass towards the middle is intercepted. Thoyer gets it out to neutral ice, plays it off the wall. He gets off, but he's the only one. Liam Storch back in deep on the forecheck, breaks up a pass and buys some more time. Knights deep in their own end. Brody Papoy in on the forecheck as well. Disrupts the breakout pass. Julian Brown back up the center. Saginaw's James Go on this puck. Floats a pass up to Brody Papoy. Then Harmer's in. Wanted the kick out there, but nobody home in a white sweater. Levi Harper's on it from the offensive blue line. The Knights take it away. Wilmot. Nice pass down the right side. Van Gorp hits the late man. Brustevich onto the near side. Then a backhanded pass. A long shot there from long distance. Julian Brown sends it wide. Van Gorp kept it alive. Nice handles there by Wilmot. Down into the corner. Van Gorp on it for London. Carson Harmer comes back down low for the Spirit. Van Gorp again up the boards, looking towards the middle. Turned it over and onto the stick of Carson Harmer, who leads the counterattack with speed here for Saginaw. Harmer taken off that puck by Julian Brown. Giving right back away, though, to Papoy. Here's a chance down low for Harmer, the shot. Good save made by Gatto with the pads. As the Spirit look to keep things alive again. Out of the corner, Harmer. Jacob Kluche nearly stole that puck away from Bruce Devich. Knights have it. Van Gorp up the far side. This is Wilmot. Stops the breaks away from Valeris, who makes the defensive play. Doesn't have much in the way of options, though. Valeris running out of time here. Wilmot's right on him. Valeris off the end boards in behind Shurigan. Levi Harper's stretch pass gets read well in the neutral zone. Going Bidgood. Just fires it back in behind Shurigan. Nearly 7 minutes gone here in the second period. Still a 1-1 game. Knights hold things in at the offensive line. Funk back down low. Bidgood has Gervais on it. Cohen Bidgood now to the left point. This is Jared Woolley. Creeps down the boards. Puts it back in behind Stepan Shurigan. Barabanov is there. Flipped it off the wall. Can't get it to Gervais. Knights keep it alive. They spin it back down low. Van Bommel locks up with Levi Harper. Xander Valeris is there for the Spirit. Put it off the boards on the near side for Jacob Kluche. Gets to his own blue line. Can't get the outlet pass onto the tape of Barabanov. Knights have it up the near side again. Xander Valeris back in. Levi Harper back in the Spirit end. Kluche up the near side. Slowly into the offensive zone. Gets it to Barabanov. Bouncing puck far side. Harper the shot just off the cuff of Gatto's glove. Jared Woolley gets things out to center here for the Knights. Van Bommel puts it back in. End to end here in the second period. Another collision as Levi Harper gets sent down. The Spirit throw this up the near sideboards. Igor Barabanov. Shoulders line is Funk. Cross ice pass to the back side. Nobody was there, but Seema's on it. Up to the left point. Jones walks to the middle. Sends a shot there. That one off a body. Maybe Gatto. Onto the far boards as Klepov can't get to it. Brandon Jones can't keep that puck alive as Bidgood hits him. Seema pushes it back in deep. Knights will regroup. Nearly half the second period is gone. Mike Zakharov onto the far side. Put back in front here by the Knights. Good work there by Blake Barnes to tie up the man headed towards the net. It'll be turned back in by Max Creed of the Knights. Back in behind Shurigan's net. Seema there. Barabanov flipped it up to neutral ice. It lands right in front of Nikita Klepov, who knocks it up and into the offensive zone. Caleb Mitchell is there. Gets it right back from Waslin. They turn it over at center. This is Graydon Jones here for the Spirit. 11:20 to go in the second period. Back in the London zone. Sebastian Gatto came out and made some contact with Seema. Carson Harmer intercepted the puck. Klepov can't keep things alive on the near boards. This is Crete back to the middle. Mike Zakharov trying to knife through a couple of Spirit players. Poke check there by Shurigan just to help out the defenders at the last moment. He needed it. Harmer on the near boards trying to get back out of the zone. James Go on it from center. Just into the offensive zone now. Cross ice pass. Little miscommunication there. Goes got it back though. Out of the left wing corner. Centering feed. Papoy right down Main Street. A shot. Oh, what a goal. Papoy undresses the goaltender. Slides it home. 10:45 to go in the second. 2-1 Spirit. It was not the way they drew things up into the offensive zone. James Go keeps that play alive. Finds Brody Papoy, and his momentum carries him into the goaltender. He slides it around the outstretched pad of Sebastian Gatto. And Brody Papoy, his fourth goal of the season in highlight reel fashion. I believe Carson Harmer is going to pick up the secondary assist on that play. Saginaw jumps out in front here in the middle stages of the game. Will we have a challenge on this? No, there was extra attention on the London bench. We'll drop the puck. It's into the books. 2-1. Saginaw's got the lead. James Go back up through center. Harmer smacking the beaver tail on the ice. He wanted that puck. Knights will have it. Brody Papoy on the intercept. No more puck there. It's Kluche fires this one back off the wall. Papoy on the counterattack. Forechecking against Brustevich. Puts him into the boards. Back behind the net. Papoy still in deep. Brustevich floats it back up through center. Jackson covered. Taken away by Saginaw's James Go back in the Spirit end. Off the far boards. Papoy played it into space. Kluche one-hands it now for Jensen Geldart. Gets it back into the right wing corner of the offensive zone. Gets to it first. Geldon up into the circle. Looking for a lane. Hits the man in open space. Valeris the rising shot. Good save by Sebastian Gatto. He hangs on for the faceoff with 9:59 to go here in the second period. Back in the scoring column, Brody Popoy. Give him 4 points against the London Knights now in his last two games. 2-1 Saginaw. We're back to Canada Life Place in a moment here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
You really do get it all at Garber Midland. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall customer experience. And we're more than the place you buy your vehicle. We're also where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards of service. Come see how you can get it all at Garber Midland at the corner of Saginaw and Eastman. See all our inventory online at garbermidland.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Hi, this is Carson Armour, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 WSGW.
9:59 left in the second period here from Canada Life Place. Brody Popoy is the hot stick as of late. 5 points now in his last 5 games. He's gotten the Spirit back ahead with his 4th goal of the season as he goes around the outstretched leg of Sebastian Gatto. And again, what a story Brody Popoy has become. Spent last year with the Pittsburgh Penguins Elite U16 program. Was a free agent invite by the Spirit to training camp this year. Earned himself a contract and has been turning up the intensity as the season's gone along. And right after the goal, what do you see him do? He's back into the forecheck. He's back in throwing the body around. Feeling it right now. Offensive zone faceoff here for the Spirit. Barabanov against Clark. The Knights will put it off the boards and back out to center. Jared Woolley, the defenseman, leads a 3-on-2. Into the offensive end. Hits the late man. Van Bommel, the rising shot, goes off the glove, or over the glove and out the other side. Knights go back down low. They want to even things back up here. Bruce Devich, point shot. Fought off by Shurigan into the glass. Nikita Klepov through center ice. Knocked down by Levi Harper. Then in for Barabanov. Harper down the right side. Looking in front on the feed. He wanted Gervais. Couldn't find him. Klepov for Harper out of the corner. Top of the London zone. Given to Barabanov. Right inside the line. Barabanov trying to skate around Woolley. The hands and the feet on display for Barabanov. He's got his pocket picked here. He's holding the stick on Woolley. A penalty coming. And Woolley going to punish Barabanov after the fact. 9:15 left in the period. And, you know, for Igor Barabanov, just ran out of time. He's going to be picking up a holding the stick penalty here. And you see what he's trying to do. He's got a defenseman up high in the offensive zone. He wants to exploit that as long as he can. He just couldn't move the puck out of the area code. So Saginaw to the first Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill here in this game. London, 22.3% of the power play, 10th in the OHL. Although they went 3 for 7 last time they met Saginaw. Woolley. Over tried to feed a man in the middle. A big-time hit as Jacob Kluche knocked Wilmot off that puck, and the Saginaw Spirit will clear. Just a couple of seconds into their first PK of the game. Woolley as Wilmot gets a little bit of a bump from Carson Harmer. That'll draw a negative reaction. Woolley back in. Bidgood will shovel things back in behind the Spirit net. James Goff fires that one off the glass and back into Wilmot's area. Dropped off to Henry Bruce Devich. Carries up to center. Drops it back. Wilmot finds Jackson Culver into the offensive zone. Given wide now to Jared Woolley. Josh Glavin was there. Puck back out at center again. Ben Wilmot up through center into the offensive zone. Gets wide on Gervais, who cuts him off. Puck back down to the corner. Sema there for the Spirit. Halfway through the Barabanov penalty for holding the stick. The puck comes back out. Knights are offside. Bruce Devich could not hold things alive. And so the faceoff back out at center. New penalty killers off the wall. Valeris and Jones. And Chris Lazar is going to keep Nick Sema and Sebastian Gervais out. Braden Clark to take the face-off. Knights win it back. Near side, Linus Funk has some room into the offensive zone. Back to the center point, and Donnie Themis back to Funk. Near side, pressured by Sema. Then Andoni Themis, a long shot into traffic. Tipped in a save made by Sheridan. Rebound chance. He stopped that too. Puck comes into the circle. Picked up by Xander Valeris. He leads the shorthanded charge. Why not? Valeris into the zone. Dropped it off to Sema. Right circle shot. Shouldered aside by Gatto. Rebound taken by Funk. Knights counterattack with speed. Van Gorp shaves the ice ahead of Graydon Jones. Banks it off the wall. Back to Linus Funk. Back in the corner. Van Gorp to Funk again. Cross ice. Themis. Far side, Waslin. Walks off the wall, and Donnie Themis. Point shot tipped, and another save by Shurigan. Rebound. They can't get it outside the pad either. Here's Funk. Center point. Themis, a great try. Blocked by Nick Sema. And that's it on the PK. Barabanov's out of the box. Knights still have it, though. Braden Clark down low. Looking in front. Broken up. Puck on the near side. Linus Funk is there in the corner, the defenseman. Back up to the left point, and Donnie Themis. Cross ice. Picked up and moved high. Brady Waslin here. Top of the zone for the Knights. Inside 7 to go in the period. Shot into traffic. Tip. They score. Braden Clark was in front. He got the stick on it. Saginaw survives the London power play, but immediately after, the Knights tie the game at 2. Well, a couple of sparkling saves from Stepan Shurigan gets Saginaw through the woods. But on the other side, a Waslin shot. You got tired penalty killers out there. Waslin takes advantage of the area up high, gets a shot into traffic, and Clark right there with the stick. Team leading 5 points against the Spirit now on the season for Braden Clark. All even again. 7 minutes left in this second period, tied at 2. Spirit put things back into the London zone, and it comes back out to the neutral zone. James Go for Brody Popoy. Dumped back in. The Knights miscommunicate on a breakout pass. Icing's been waved off. Shurigan's got a paddle there for James Go. Racing in. Brody Cook on the intercept, but given right back to the Spirit as Harmer taps this one for Jacob Kluche. Speed down the right side. Kluche gets put into the glass hard there by Brown, and Brody Popoy gets a hit from Brustevich as well. Knights up the right side. Brody Clark into the offensive zone. Another hit there as this is angled up and away by Stepan Shurigan. Now Brody Popoy leads the charge the other direction. Top of the right circle. High shot off the blocker of Gatto into the glass. There's a couple of pops being given to Jacob Kluche in front of the Spirit bench by Brody Cook. Knights have things back up into the offensive end. This is Woolley. Pocket picked by Nikita Klepov. Pokes the puck into the neutral ice, and that'll be back into the London bench now on the poke from Barabanov. 5:42 here in the second period. It'll stay a 2-2 game. We'll step aside here in a moment as the officials will point to neutral ice. Stepan Shurigan knows what time it is. There you go. The goaltender is into the game. Stepan Shurigan has called for immediate timeout, so we'll take it. 5:42 left in this second period. 2-2 hockey game. The Knights have tied things up. We're back to Canada Life Place in a moment here in your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Kathy Taffel to create your personal price plan today.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Back inside Canada Life Place. 5:42 left in the second period between the Saginaw Spirit and the London Knights. 2-2 as Braden Clark has picked up his 8th goal of the season on the equalizer here. Shots on goal, a little bit fewer and further between here in this game. 16 apiece. Brought to you by Frankenmuth Insurance and Saginaw Bay Underwriters. Clark has taken a stick up high after a face-off at center ice that was won by the Spirit. He goes back to the bench. Klepov takes a hit. Puck is picked up in center ice by Wilmot. The Knights are diving back to the blue line to try and touch up and avoid the offside. But no dice. Clark, a 13th round pick of the Knights back in 2021. One of those late round picks because major junior hockey was not in the cards. Time to be a college guy. Was in the USHL and he stood out for the Knights since arriving. Puck in the neutral zone here off the draw. Barabanov's going to steal here into the offensive end. Barabanov stick lift at the last second there by Brustevich. In front the chance, and Klepov shut down by Gatto. Gervais, give and go with Valeris. Gervais shot, pinballs around. Valeris has it, and a good shot. Blocker saved there by Gatto. Great chance from Xander Valeris, and the Knights clear the zone. Levi Harper back in behind the net of Stepan Shurigan. Harper out the far side, trying to beat Van Bommel, the Spirit. Sweep it back in. Inside 5 to go in the period. Brustevich around. Glove down by Harper. Keeps it alive, but throws it out to center inadvertently. The Knights will see Jared Woolley on this puck, and a bounce pass off the wall is handled by Wilmot. Fired back in behind the Spirit net. Owen Bidgood. This bounces back in behind the net of Shurigan. James Go is there. Has Wilmot on him. Then Bidgood steals. Up the near side, Caleb Mitchell turns a shot there, blocked by the right skate of Barabanov. Back in behind the Spirit net, this is Gervais. Out to Nikita Klepov, leading scorer with 36 points on the year. 37 now after he picked up an assist. Barabanov into the offensive zone on a steal. They wanted to find Liam Storch into the play. Storch is going to get the skates moving back out to neutral ice and cut out any London opportunities. This is put back into the Spirit end for Levi Harper. Stretch pass up through center, picked off. Klepov and Storch trying to keep it on the friendly side of the red line. Zakharov knocked away at the Saginaw blue line, and a bouncing puck will go right into the glove of Shurigan. He just knocks it down for Levi Harper. James Go angled back in by Storch. 3:40 left in the second period, 2 aside. Back up the near boards, Jackson Cover for Mike Zakharov. Stick check by Jensen Geldart. Zakharov gets it back into the Spirit end, in deep. James Go on this puck. All the way around it comes, and all the way back out at center for Julian Brown. One of the free agent signings by the Knights this year. Up for Van Gorp now. This is the right side. Dropped off. Cover scores! A late developing play. Jackson Cover goes over the glove of Stepan Shurigan, and the Knights take a 3-2 lead. Ninth goal of the season for Jackson Culver. That play came together somewhat innocuously. Just a pass into the circle and a great chance for Culver. On his stick, off his stick. And up over the glove hand side of the Spirit goaltender, Shurigan. The Knights jump back ahead. Carson Harmer against Caden Hawkins for this face-off at center. And we have an extra moment to look at this puck, or to look at this goal. On the scorer's table, is there potential that the entry into the zone was less than legal, poorly timed, offside? 3:13 left in this second period. The goal that has things jumping here at Canada Life Place is in doubt. Video replay officials are up and moving about here in the press box. There is cause for question on this one. So Jackson Culver may have to wait a little bit longer for his 9th goal of the season. There's the potential that Hawkins was in early, although that's the end of that. I didn't see an extra signal, but the goal's going to stand after an extra moment of doubt. Knights are up 3-2, and they're back into the offensive zone on that Jackson Culver goal. Back into the corner it goes, 3 against 3. To the left of Stepan Shurigan. Xander Valeris backhands the puck off the glass. Too far for Brody Papoy. No icing, though, as he gets into a man. Brody Papoy lays a hit, spins off, up high. One-time chance there by Jones. It just drifts to the net as he fanned on it. Held alive here as Jones gets taken down. No call coming here. And now up and ahead to Brady Waslin. Down the left side, the drop-off to Hawkins. Sharp angle try, and that one fought off by Shurigan. Jacob Cloutier and Carson Harmer battle for it back and behind the Spirit goal. There's a broken stick right in the slot. He's going to avoid the broken stick. Woolley on the near side, half slapper and a glove save by Shurigan. Good work again by Brody Papoy getting into the forecheck. Lays the body on the man, spins off, gets the puck, and creates an opportunity. Just goes off the heel of Graydon Jones's stick. And the Knights turn that into offense, heading back the other direction. 2:17 left in the second period. And it remains a 3-2 game in favor of the home squad. Spirit win the defensive zone faceoff, though. Barabanov on the far boards. His pass gets cut off. Knights smack it down at center. This is Van Bommel to put it back in behind Shurigan. Glavin gets there first. Takes a check. Move to Klepov. Down off the far wall to center. Brendan Clark is hit by Gervais. Klepov bouncing puck into the zone. Will be stolen by Henry Brustevich. The Knights flip it back into the Spirit end, and icing's been waved off. Josh Glavin can't get it out of the zone. Woolley creeps in, put it in front there, and that puck goes out the other side. Brustevich from the right point. Down low, Woolley again. Rolls over the top into the slot. A shot. Pad save made by Shurigan, and the rebound knocked aside by Klepov. James Go for Barabanov. 90 seconds left in the period. Drop pass. They're going to say it's offside as it was dropped right on the line as Van Bommel and Gervais lock up here. 1:28 left in the second period. That was close. But nobody's going to be able to dispute too much on that one. Face-off will come just in front of the Spirit bench. Liam Storch to take the draw. .28 left in the period. Shots 18-16 in favor of Saginaw. But the 3-2 score as Harper takes a hand up high from Culver. Spirit take this puck away. Nick Sema heads the other direction. Levi Harper tries to shake it off. Sema floats it back in deep. Caleb Mitchell taps it around. Jackson Culver, the most recent goal scorer. Nick Sema comes over, hits Culver, pops Harper, and now a delayed penalty coming. They're going to take them both. Saginaw would have had a power play coming. Harper comes back with a pop of his own. So we'll skate it 4-on-4. And that is a frustrating missed opportunity for the Spirit. And Harper's got a good counter argument. He took a forearm up high just a couple of seconds earlier than that. And Culver did a great job to sell that one as well, as we've seen done. 1:05 left here in the second period. So we'll skate it 4-on-4. You got to believe that Levi Harper would have been out there on this Spirit power play. So the faceoff will come outside the London bench. 1:05 left in the second period, 3-2 Knights. Barabanov, Jones, now Klepov, right off the draw, into the zone. Klepov finds the late man. Barabanov shoots, and a good blocker saved by Wilmot. Barabanov on the rebound. High in the offensive zone. Dropped off to Nikita Klepov. Weaves his way to the near circle, then back up to the blue line. Klepov for Barabanov. Walks the line, down the slot. Here comes Barabanov. Waits out wide, can't tuck it in around the outstretched stick. Puts it back in front. Klepov has it with 35 to go. High in the offensive zone. Got to settle the puck down. Nikita Klepov cuts in right between the dots. Opens a lane. Takes a shot. Pad save made by Gatto. James goes on the rebound with 24 to go in the period. Go up to the near side. Down into the corner he goes. Lost the puck. Taken into the boards by Brustevich. Go back up. Rims it around. Jones is on it. Gets a bump from Gatto. Now here's Woolley in the corner for the Knights. 10 seconds left in the period. He's going to take the final precious moments off the clock. They don't have enough time, or do they, for one last rush. 3 seconds. Brustevich to the offensive line. Wines, fires, glove save. One final stop for Stepan Shurigan. Couple of good angle stops on Sebastian Gatto's part. 3-2. The Knights will carry the lead into the third period. Shots in the second. Saginaw 7, London 5, 18-17 in the whole game. We'll skate it 4-on-4 for 55 seconds to start the third period. Knights up 3-2. We're back with the second intermission report coming up after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
You're looking for a better price on a better car, so dare to be different. Get to Garber Hyundai on Bay Road in Saginaw, the only Hyundai dealer in the Great Lakes Bay region. See why Hyundai is so much better. Garber's certified factory-trained technicians, knowledgeable parts staff, and dedicated sales team will keep you coming back to Garber Hyundai. You really do get it all at Garber. Dare to be different. Choose better at Garber Hyundai on Bay Road in Saginaw. Online, garberhyundai.com.
When you're ready for checking that earns interest and gives you perks, Merc Perks Plus from Mercantile Bank is here. With a competitive interest rate and perks like travel services, cashback rewards, and identity protection, Merc Perks Plus has everything you need for your busy lifestyle. Merc Perks Plus also offers discounts on consumer loans and access to almost 40,000 fee-free MoneyPass ATMs. So when you're ready for perks, Merc is here. Learn more at mercbank.com/mercperksplus. Member FDIC.
Mid-Michigan Canine Academy's Redemption Crew loves Saginaw and the surrounding communities who have blessed us so much, and we are concerned about the epidemic of rehome dogs and dogs left at shelters. If your dog is a handful, or if you're thinking about rehoming your dog, let us help you with its behavioral challenges. Our 7-day doggy boot camp can help. Not all dogs are as fortunate as Henry the Hockey Dog, but they all deserve a second chance. Give us a call at Mid-Michigan Canine Academy and let us help you transform your dog's behavior and your life.
Disability Network Mid-Michigan promotes and encourages independence for all people with disabilities. Our vision is to create accessible and inclusive communities where everyone has opportunities to live the life they choose. Whether you're looking for a job, skills to become self-sufficient, trying to find the right assistive technology, or know someone who wants to move out of a nursing facility, we are here for you. Contact Disability Network Mid-Michigan today, the disability experts in your community.
It's time for your intermission report. In the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, here is Jonathan Dent.
Some fast-paced back and forth here in the second period. Saginaw strikes first, but London, 2 in quick succession, has them out to a 3-2 lead after 2 periods of play. Let's take a look back at that middle frame, brought to you by Raymond. Empower your purpose. It was a 1-1 tie heading into the period here. The Knights controlled early, but once Saginaw got their footing, they put some nice shots on net. Some end-to-end action continues during extended play without a whistle. And at 9 minutes, 15 seconds, James Go leads a break-in, passes to Brody Popoy from the corner, and Popoy dances through 4 London defenders, then goes out wide with the puck to score while Gatto follows him to make it 2-1.
Just into the offensive zone now, cross-ice pass, little miscommunication there. Go's got it back though. Out of the left wing corner, centering feed, Popoy right down Main Street, a shot! Oh, what a goal! Popoy undresses the goaltender, slides it home. 10:45 to go in the second. 2-1 Spirit.
Igor Barabanov, the secondary assist on that one. 9:15, your Herman His and Company time of the goal. But a minute, 30 seconds later, London gets their first power play of the evening. Igor Barabanov sits for holding an opponent's stick. The Knights' best chances during that man advantage are kept out by Shurigan as Endami Femus shoots from range. Then Evan Van Gorp hammers away at his pads off the rebound. Spirit helped to the kill by these saves.
Near side, Linus Funk has some room into the offensive zone. Back to the center point, Endani Femus back to Funk. Near side, pressured by Sema. Then Endani Femus alongside into traffic. Tipped in a save made by Shurigan. Rebound chance. He stopped that too.
After things even up, London continues to control. Saginaw unable to really change anything. And at 13 minutes, 6 seconds, a shot by Brady Wasselin is redirected by Braden Clark and in to make it 2-2.
Top of the zone for the Knights. Inside 7 to go in the period. Shot into traffic. Tip, they score. Braden Clark was in front. He got the stick on it. Saginaw survives the London power play, but immediately after, the Knights tie the game at 2.
And Donnie Femus, the secondary assist there. They followed up not too long after, 16 minutes 47 seconds. Femus springs an odd man rush. Evan Van Gorp drops a pass to Jackson Cover from the right circle, and he fires it in for the 1-goal lead.
This year up for Van Gorp now. This is the right side. Dropped off. Cover scores! A late developing play. Jackson Cover goes over the glove of Stepan Surian, and the Knights take a 3-2 lead.
Cover exchanges penalties with just a minute and 5 seconds left in the period with Levi Harper. Some 4-on-4 time. The Spirit controlled for a lot of that first minute, but no further scoring in 55 seconds of 4-on-4 play will roll over into the third period. Scoring in the second, Brody Papoy starts it off with his 4th of the season, assisted by Go and Barabanov. Then Braden Clark gets it back for the Knights, assisted by Wasselin and Femus. Jackson Cover, the difference maker here right now, assisted by Van Gorp and Femus as well. Shots on goal tentatively favored the Spirit in that second period, 9-8, a game total so far of 20-20. That's the official count according to the OHL. Neither team cashing in on the power play. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Dylan and I break down that middle frame for you a little bit more right here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Too many people end up in the retirement penalty box, paying more in taxes, missing out on healthcare options, or skating without a plan. At McIntosh and Associates, we help keep your game sharp with clear, personalized retirement strategies. Let's build a plan that works in every period of life. Call 989-692-2200 or visit wealthmichigan.com. McIntosh and Associates. Retirement made clear.
My Michigan Health is your go-to place for comprehensive brain, stroke, and spine care right here in your community. Our expert neuroscience team provides care close to home with multiple certified stroke centers throughout the region, including the only comprehensive stroke center in Saginaw. With 24/7 medical expertise, the latest diagnostic tools, and advanced treatments, we're ready when you need us most. Learn more at mymichigan.org/neuro.
Garber Ford is proud to serve Bay City with the same customer service the Great Lakes Bay region has come to expect since 1907. Our Ford team of experts you know and trust are dedicated to making your experience even better. And your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards. We have everything you need, even tires. Get it all at Garber Ford. Come see us in Bay City at the intersection of Euclid, Wilder, and Better. Online at GarberFordBayCity.com.
Henry the Hockey Dog loves food and he loves people, which is why Rescue Ministries is partnering with Henry to provide 5,000 meals to our homeless neighbors. It costs $3 to provide a warm meal at the mission, and Henry is asking for your help. Right, Henry? Text Henry 2025 to 50155 to make a donation. Beerline Companies also cares and is willing to match your donation right now. Help Henry provide a meal and consider donating today.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
3-2 the scores. London leading Saginaw after 2 periods of play. As we bring in from the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth, you, Dylan Clark. Dylan, an exciting second period of play. Saginaw striking first there. A couple of just chances off the rush go London's way. I did like during Saginaw's extended time in the defensive end, they did a good job of pinning London out of those dangerous areas, keeping the Knights along the boards.
Yeah, there weren't, again, it wasn't a period where they were giving up a ton of shots. I mean, the shots in the second, 9-8. Of those 8, only a couple real high danger. Like one goes in off a deflection, the other one off a drop pass and some speed into the offensive zone. So I think that the options that they're presenting the Knights right now are pretty limited. It's got to be more of the same, right? Going into the third period, that standard can't waver at all.
Absolutely. On the offensive side of things, the chances have been not quite as sharp as they were in the first period, maybe, but still some great looks, especially from distance. I noticed Gatto giving up a fewer rebounds than maybe he did in the first, so those follow-up chances not quite there. But Saginaw, are they still able to kind of crowd the front of the net and find the opportunities that way?
Yeah, that real estate has dried up a little bit, and I think to your earlier point, the rebound control of Sebastian Gatto has changed quite a bit. Those second opportunities were not there quite as much, but you know what? At the end of that period, that 4-on-4 was probably the most frequent, I guess, repeated opportunities they had in the offensive zone. Look for Klepov and Igor Barabanov to come back out here. They'll have 55 seconds left at 4-on-4 to start the third period. That might be their best opportunity to get back and tie this game up, because those guys, when they have the time and space, they can make the most of it. They can pretty well control where things go on the offensive end. You want to start those guys out in the third period for sure at 4-on-4.
Absolutely. You mentioned Igor Barabanov. He's been playing well tonight. 2 assists, the primary on the Valeris goal, the secondary on the Popoy goal. Haven't been hearing a lot from him, but he just he sneaks onto the score sheet from time to time, keeping his name in the mix.
For Barabanov, I mean, it's the most quiet second on the team in scoring that you might see. He does. You just expect that out of him, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you look down at the sheet at the end of the night. Yeah, goal and assist for Barabanov sounds about right. 35 points coming into this hockey game, like you said. He's got 2 helpers in this game, so he's been such an important piece of this team since coming over as a free agent signing this year out of the USHL. So. You know what? You need your best players to come through for you. And this is a team that, again, they've got the second most come-from-behind wins going into the third period down. You'd hope that it didn't need to come to that. You don't need to make it another one, but that's what Saginaw needs right now. They trail by 1. They need their best players to keep on going. I think Brody Popoy's had a really strong game. That line with Kluche and Harmer, they've been close on a number of occasions. They just got to find a way to break through.
Absolutely. We'll see if they've got another one left in the tank here. It's only a 1-goal difference heading into the third period, and you got to think this 55 seconds of 4-on-4 time, based on what we saw at the end of the second period there, going to be the best chance for Saginaw to get that one back.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know what, for things that are so tight out there, we haven't seen them. We've seen one power play either way. The 4-on-4, the open ice, I mean, everybody's going to be just a little bit more amped up here to start the third period. I think we've seen over the course of the entire season the extra ice, the 4-on-4, it does tip things in Saginaw's favor just a little bit. So they would typically want to have Levi Harper out there. I would expect Barabanov, Klepov, James Go. Maybe do you throw another forward out there to start things out? Maybe give Brody Popoy a little bit of a look to start things out. But we'll see. I think the next 55 seconds to start the third period, they're going to tell you a lot about the final 20 that we'll see.
We'll see how things shake out. Dylan, thank you as always for your time. 3-2 the score after 2 periods of play. We'll take a look at our out-of-town scores coming up on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
From making athletic footwear stronger and lighter to powering the future of electric racing vehicles, material science and R&D are the MVPs of innovation. At Dow, we collaborate with customers and partners to tackle a wide range of sports product challenges with cutting-edge advancements in technology. Dow's innovations can help to improve performance and sustainability throughout the world of sports. Dow, at the intersection of sports and science.
Find space at Frankenmuth Spring Hill Suites, where you can savor your time away with the little extras that are included. Each studio suite features extra room to spread out when on the road with your family or your team. Airy beds are piled high with pillows for that little bit of extra comfort. And an innovative 3-in-1 trundle sofa provides even more sleeping options. Book your next stay at Spring Hill Suites by Marriott, where every room is more than a room.
So, we're finally ready to plan for retirement, but who do we trust?
Our friends at TriStar Trust. They've been here for 25 years right here in our community, and they'll be here for the next 25.
That's the kind of team I want in my corner.
TriStar Trust helps you plan your retirement, manage your investments, and build the future you've been dreaming of. Because when it comes to your goals, it's your time to shine. Visit TriStarTrust.com.
We're Durolast. We make the world's best roof. As one of the country's largest roofing manufacturers, we have locations across North America. But for more than 40 years, Saginaw has been our home. Like Saginaw, Durolast has a can-do, never-quit attitude. And just like Saginaw, our people make us strong. Innovative, resilient. That's the spirit of Saginaw. That's Durolast, the world's best roof.
Your region, your team. You're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
3-2, the Saginaw Spirit trail heading into the third period against the London Knights. As we take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard, it's brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. All these teams pretty much in the same place as when the last time we checked in on them, just a little bit more. The Flint Firebirds up 3-0 now over the Kitchener Rangers. That third goal coming only 12 seconds into the second period there. The Kingston Frontenacs holding on to their lead. They've made it 4-2, so they've doubled their lead in the second period. In Oshawa right now, the Generals trailing the Ottawa 67s 2-0. A goal in the first, a goal in the second for the 67s has them out to that lead. The Sudbury Wolves have actually just gotten one back. They've scored 3 in a row in the third period to bring it within 1 against the Owen Sound attack. Owen Sound scores 2 to start off the second period. Then Sudbury with 3 within just about 5 minutes of each other to bring it back to that 6-5 score. In Guelph, the Storm leading the Sarnia Sting 2-1 with a couple goals in the second period. The Sting score first, then Guelph gets it back, and a 3-1 lead for the Brampton Steelheads. They're visiting the Sioux Greyhounds. We'll take another break. When we come back, Dylan has the call of the third period as the Saginaw Spirit trailed the London Knights 3-2 here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Yeah, I know. It's officially still winter out there, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun in the sun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea knows how to turn up your day drinking fun all year long. I mean, there's even a sun on those bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea is made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol, which goes down smooth. So whether you're knee-deep in snow or making footprints in the sand, be sure to look for Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Looking for the perfect place for your loved one to thrive? At Traditions of Saginaw, we offer comfort, care, and community. It's a senior living hat trick. Whether it's enjoying delicious, chef-prepared meals, personalized support, or fun events, Traditions of Saginaw feels like home. Schedule your tour today and see why families trust us for peace of mind and vibrant living. Learn more at traditionsofsaginaw.com or call to schedule a tour today. Traditions of Saginaw. Welcome home.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about, questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Scott Seaman to create your personal price plan today. Get it all at Garber Chevrolet Saginaw. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall experience. Our expert technicians are factory trained to the highest standards, keeping your vehicle in top condition. And we have everything for your automotive needs, even tires. Get to Garber Chevy Saginaw today and see how you get it all at Garber. Gratiot Road, Saginaw. Online, GarberChevroletSaginaw.com. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Soar with us. Saginaw Spirit Hockey is on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Back inside Canada Life Place for the start of the third period. 4-on-4 for 55 seconds. A 3-2 lead for the London Knights. Jackson Culver and Levi Harper are in the penalty boxes. James Go controls after a face-off won by Igor Barabanov. Drop pass back in the Spirit end. Skated into by Klepov. Given to Josh Glavin. Leads the charge into the offensive end. Glavin knifes on through into the left circle. Moves back up to the top of the zone and wheels it back in deep. Too far for Klepov. Barabanov is on Van Gorp. Pokes it away. Klepov down to the goal line. Takes it right to the net there. Stopped by Gatto. The rebound chance is loose. Klepov has it now in the left circle. Back up high. Klepov, left dot again. Takes a shot. That one blocked by Van Gorp and goes wide. Rebound picked up here by Glavin. Barabanov, 14 to go at 4-on-4. Barabanov up high. Cuts back just inside the blue line. Switches spots with Klepov. Poked off his stick. He picks it up off the boards again. Barabanov dropped it off. Klepov dropped it right back to him. Barabanov, right circle, heads to the net. down to the goal line, moved away there by Woolley. He's cut off there. Big-time collision as Woolley closes off Barabanov. Penalty time expires. We're back at 5-on-5. Puck is intercepted by Brody Papoy in the neutral zone. He stops up, waits for everybody to get back on side. Now Papoy cuts to the middle. Lost the puck at the last second. Barabanov is still on. He's got this from the near side face-off circle. Back underneath, but too far for Kluche. Braden Clark stepped into by Papoy. Puck picked up now by London's Van Gorp. Kicked alive there by Harm. He just kept it in the offensive blue line by a millimeter, but spilled back out, so Harm has got to go to Jones. Braden Jones lost an edge. Dropped it back off. Brody Papoy in the neutral zone. Leads the charge back in. Papoy wanted to curl that around the defender. Brady Wasselin will steal. Knights throw things back in behind Shurigan. Blake Barnes was ready for that collision. Moves the puck up the wall. Just inside the line. Long point shot. That one sailed wide off the stick of Julian Brown. Brody Papoy fumbled a cross-ice pass. The Harmer's going to tap it right back to him. Papoy fires it in. They'll go for a line change. 2 minutes gone here in the third period. 3-2 Knights. Jackson Culver, Braden Clark. 2 goals at the end of the second as this puck pops out of play. 17:54 to go in this third. And again, only the Sioux Greyhounds have more come-from-behind victories than the Saginaw Spirit do this season. Greyhounds have come back when they go into the third period down 6 times. The Spirit have done it 4. They need a comeback effort here, trying to avoid a 4th consecutive loss. But the third period has been the kindest to the Spirit. Goal differential of +8 in the third. That is the best out of any period among the 3. Saginaw outscored opponents 41-33 in third period so far this season. They win an offensive zone faceoff. Back to Levi Harper. Takes a shot. Tipped at the last second by Sema and just wide. And Donnie Themis is on him in. Valeris is on this puck. Back up high. He rolls left circle. Takes a shot. Gatto makes the save. The rebound couldn't be picked up by Uri Rauja. And the Knights clear. And they are guilty of icing. Xander Valeris, no stranger to firing the puck here in this game. And why not? You get some puck luck early on. Keep on going. Knights have to keep some tired bodies on right now. 17:36 to go in this third period. Chris Lasby responds with the Barabanov line again. Puck is loose off the tie. Finally, Barabanov gets it back. Josh Glavin just inside the line. Back to Barabanov. Spins this one in the corner. And Donnie Themis locked up by Gervais. Walks out of the corner. Finds James Go at the right point. Skates to the middle. Takes a shot. That one wide. The rebound off the wall. Klepov can't get to it. Loose puck. Reeled back in by Klepov. Tried to spin a backhanded pass. It's cut off by Andoni Themis. Ben Wilmot lost the puck at center for the Knights, so he just pushes it back in behind Shurigan. All the way around it rolls. Cohen Bidgood puts it back down in behind the Spirit goal line. James Go wheels it back around. Barabanov lost the puck. Brustevich away from the pressure of Gervais. Henry Brustevich back up. Van Bommel lost the puck. Taken by Barabanov. Over the line. Dishes it wide. Klepov just inside the far circle. Now Barabanov hits the late man. Valeris picked it up on the backhand. Throws it back through. Barabanov center point. Looking for a lane. Takes a shot. That's off a body in front. Loose puck. Can't be picked up. Rebound chance on James Go. Sent it wide. Maybe a blocker saved by Gatto. And the Knights flip that out over everybody's head to center. James Go back in the Spirit end. Hits Gervais. Over the line. Near side. Barabanov back to Gervais. Doesn't have a lane. Puts it off a sliding Henry Brustevich. And the Knights go off the glass. Out to center again and back in for Xander Valeris in front of Stepan Shurigan. Outlet pass. Just a clear of the puck from Valeris. He gloves it down as the Knights throw it back to him. Valeris moves to Jensen Geldart. Settles things back down. Near side, ramped in by Uri Rauja. Nick Sema on his horse. To get after it, Caleb Mitchell dropped it off back behind the London net. A steal by Rauja. He goes down with one of the Knights. Sema chases that puck down. Ethan Zada drilled there. Good hit by Sema. Spirit shoot the puck back into the London zone. 15:40 to go here in the third. 3-2, they trail the Knights. Back down into the corner. This is Uri Rauja. Looking in front. Up to the left point. Braden Jones takes a shot. That goes off a night and wide. Zada pokes it out past Levi Harper. Here's a chance. Hawkins just inside the offensive blue line. Gets drilled from behind by Sema. Penalty coming. 15:20 to go, and Brustevich comes on down to see Nick Sema. And Sema wants to get a little bit more here out of Julian Brown. Saginaw's going to head to the penalty kill here in the third period. 15-20 left. Sema stepped in and launched Caden Hawkins from a tough angle. Nothing's been put up on the board yet. It'll be a wait-and-see moment. The Spirit lost 2 players to game misconduct Saturday in Brampton. That was early on in the game. That was in the first period. $15-20 to go here in regulation. 3-2. The Knights have the lead. And the review right now is potentially for a major penalty. Well, just a 2-minute minor to Nick Sema. He stays in the hockey game. So your typical Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill here for the Spirit. Down 3-2. And they clear right off the draw. Sema in the box. Henry Brustevich back in the London end. Drops it off. Boarding is the call to Sema. Knights back in. Jackson Culver, who scored the go-ahead goal in this game, rimmed it back around. Ben Wilmot off the far boards. Brustevich, center point, near side. Culver one-timer, fanned on it. Cohen Bidgood. Little contact with Stepan Shurigan there, but the Spirit have this puck now shorthanded. Jake Kluche just shoots it back into the Knights' end. 40 seconds gone on the Sema penalty. Just the second Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill for the Spirit in this game. Knights are back in, rejected by Gervais. Liam Storch out there as well. James Goat chases it down in the corner. Cohen Bidgood fired it back around off the wall. Henry Brustevich, near side. Bidgood pressured by Glavin. Bidgood, right point. Brustevich through the seam. That one's going to bounce between the legs of Andoni Themis, who has 2 assists in this game. Near side now, Brustevich back through Wilmot. Far side, Themis nicely deflected there by Go. Out to center with 50 seconds on the Sema penalty. Brustevich leads the charge in. Jackson Culver dropped it off. Themis, they swing it to the weak side. Wilmot poked out by Gervais. Wilmot gets it back into the middle of the ice. Culver is hit by Gervais. Liam Storch on this shorthanded. Over everybody's head. Gets the clear, gets the line change. Sebastian Gatto drops it off. Knights start back down the left side. Van Gorp hits the trailer. A backhand shot by Clark. Rides up Jones. Back in behind the Spirit net it goes. 12 seconds on the Sema penalty. And Donnie Themis, one more try. Woolley. Themis throws it down to the goal line. Van Gorp twisted around. Has it behind the net. Woolley a shot. That one off the outside of the goal. Back around it comes. Brady Wasselin. Out of the box is Nick Sema. Wasselin tries to cut to the middle. It's stolen by Jacob Kluche. 2-on-2. Here come the Spirit back the other way. Sema peels off. Kluche waits and shoots. Gatto the blocker save. Van Gorp heads back the other way here for the Knights. 17 minutes gone. There's 7 minutes gone here in this third period. 3-2, the Knights have the lead. It's back in behind the Saginaw net. Braden Clark out of the left wing corner. Van Gorp twists away from Carson Harmer. Harmer puts him into the wall. Josh Glavin there too. Brady Wasselin tries to move that puck. Van Gorp goes down back behind the Spirit net. We got a penalty coming up here. Josh Glavin may be guilty of a tripping penalty here. Braden Jones? We'll see. 3-2 here. Knights have the lead in the third period. We'll take a break. Back after this here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
From the depths of the ocean to the farthest reaches of space, Corning's technologies push the boundaries of what's possible. We're the world's leading innovator in glass and ceramic science, and we're innovating right here in Michigan. Corning's solar wafer site in Hemlock is helping guarantee American energy security. We're investing in our local Michigan communities. That's why Corning is a proud sponsor of the Saginaw Spirit. Learn more about Corning today at corning.com.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Carson Harmer, guilty of a tripping penalty here in this third period. 12:38 remaining. Knights have a 3-2 lead. They get another chance on the power play. Saginaw has killed off both of their Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kills so far. Sebastian Gervais, Nick Sema, James Go, and Josh Glavin, the penalty killers for Chris Lazary here. They survived one, didn't give the Knights too many opportunities. They got to do that again and replicate that same effort. They win the opening faceoff of the PK, and James Go doesn't waste any time. That puck is gone. Sebastian Gatto out of his net, paddles it down and sweeps it there for Henry Brustevich. Cross-ice pass, reeled in by Wilmot, poked away nicely by Gervais at the Spirit blue line. And throw that one off the back of the linesman, actually. And Gervais just tries to chop that one away out of danger. Sema hauled down, still makes a play on the puck. It's just rolling up and down the bench in front of the boards in front of the Spirit bench. Now Andoni Femus back on through. That's shut down at the Saginaw blue line as well. Then Wilmot back through into the skates of Jackson Culver. Knights just fire this back in. Gervais tries to get it away. Knights throw it back in off the glass. This is Clark turned around. James Go pokes at it. Can't get the puck out. Clark on the far corner. Halfway through the Harmer penalty for tripping. Just back and forth up the wall on the far wall. And that one gets chopped off of Stepan Shurigan. Collision in the corner. Glavin gets spun in. Gervais clears on the backhand. As that puck slipped right to the middle. Sebastian Gatto on this back and behind his net. Dropped it off to Wilmot. 45 to go on the penalty to Harmer. That's deflected by Jacob Kluchik. Right at center red. Kluchik just chops it back in. Sebastian Gatto there to drop things off in behind the Knights' goal again. Henry Brustevich leads the London counterattack again. Pass in front is easily absorbed by Graydon Jones, and he fires it back out before it gets to Jackson Culver. 20 seconds left on the Harmer penalty. Brady Waslin here. The last opportunity here for the Knights on the power play. Waslin just gets to center red, poked away nicely by Liam Storch. Might be a shorthanded chance. Storch into the circle, cuts to the middle, shoots, and a stick save. Gatto with the stick above the blocker makes the stop on Storch. Knights back the other way. Harmer out of the box takes a piece out of Waslin. Spirit have killed off all three of their penalties here in this game. Now Nikita Klepov back the other direction. Lots of speed over the line. Klepov drops it off in the circle looking for Glavin. Fired it back around. Nick Sema back in behind the Knights goal. 10:15 to go here in the third period. London 3-2 in front. That chance for Klepov doesn't connect. Now it's Glavin off the wall. Far side Barabanov. Back to Harper. Has room. Takes a shot off a Knight and wide. Barabanov again. Strolls to the middle. Takes a shot. That gets blocked. Barabanov gets it back. Three Spirit players up high. Barabanov right circle. Right to the net. Backhand shot goes high. Now it's Harper again. Off his stick. Barabanov again. Left wing circle. Into the slot. Doubles back. Takes a shot. That one off the glove of Gatto at the last second. Klepov now. Far boards. He's hit by Wilmot. Klepov keeps on going. Sema rims it around, but nobody was home at the left point. The Spirit were in the middle of a change. 9:37 to go. They have to touch up here in the third period. Levi Harper leads the charge back in. Knights changing. Harper scores! A wrist shot from between the dots. Levi Harper on the score sheet ties the game at 3. .9:30 left in the period. And the best rookie blue liner in the Ontario Hockey League delivers for Saginaw. His 7th goal here in his rookie season. Again, he went 12 games without a goal. He had assists in each of the last 6 contests. But for Harper, that's got to feel great to get back in the back of the net. Low on the stick hand side of Sebastian Gatto. Get him 26 points now on the season. And an even hockey game here for the Saginaw Spirit in the third. More off the faceoff between Brody Popoy and Brody Cook. The Knights trying to push things back in. Popoy comes over for a shoulder. Lowry back in behind the net of Shurigan. We'll keep an ear out here for the assists on that Levi Harper goal. Graydon Jones back behind the Spirit net. Hit by Cook. Back and forth it goes. Jones right there for Carson Harmer. Lots of pressure on him. He gets the puck up to Brody Popoy. Now back up through center. Popoy spun around. Spirit are offside as Kluche got in ahead of things. So the face-off to come just outside the line. 8:59 left in regulation. And an even game. Levi Harper, now 26 points on the season here in his 30th contest. Remember, the Spirit rookie record for points by a defenseman. Zane Parekh, 37 points in 2022-23. Levi Harper already top 5 as far as rookie Spirit blue liners go in a single season. As the Knights push this puck back in behind Stepan Shurigan. Hit by Valeris. Zakharov on things now in the offensive end for the Knights. Miscommunication on a pass back up high. Harmer's in hot pursuit of him. Zakharov recovers. This is back for Caleb Mitchell, then Henry Brustevich back in the Knights' end. Line change as Van Bommel is on. 8.5 left in regulation, tie hockey game. Brustevich from out behind Sebastian Gatto's net. Jensen Geldart, shouldered aside by Hawkins. Into the offensive zone, hits Caleb Mitchell. Drops it off, Brustevich. There is a Knight in the net right now. London controls up high. Hawkins back up for Brustevich. That's blocked by Nick Sema. He gets after it. Sema just inside the line. 1-against-1. Cuts back. Didn't have a good angle. Sema puts it back through the goal mouth. And out the other side, now it's Liam Storch. Back underneath it goes for Jensen Geldart. Sema on this now. Left point, Josh Glavin. Down low for Liam Storch. High in the zone. Cross ice. James Go now. Go. Takes a shot. Tipped just wide there. On the glove hand side of Gatto. The Knights do bounce this puck back out to center. James Go on it for the Spirit. With the glove down. Just in front of the Saginaw bench. Hawkins tries to turn this in. Stepan Shurigan moves it quickly there for Josh Glavin, who reverses for James Go. Stretch pass. Here's Gervais just onto the ice. Woolley tries to close him off. Gervais keeps on going. Down to the goal line. Takes it to the net. Poked off his stick. Gatto made a pad save. Puck comes back up high for Blake Barnes, a shot. That one knocked down on its way through. Knights come back the other direction. Here's a chance. Culver, partial break. Takes a man to the net. Save made by Shurigan. Puck comes to the corner now. Back around it comes for Blake Barnes, who's trying to put his glove back on. Takes a hit. Puck comes back onto the goal line. Right in front. A little dangerous. Back up to the left point. Woolley now. Near side. Linus Funk. Doesn't have a lane to the net. Back in behind the Spirit goal it goes. Going Bidgood. Puts Jones into the wall. Up to the right point now. Linus Funk again. Shot into traffic. Tipped in. They score. Braden Clark again. Another deflection. The Knights jump back in front at 4-3. .651 here in regulation. 7th of the season for Clark. There was all kinds of traffic going all over the zone. And it finds just the smallest window to sneak through. Clark gets that tip in the circle. And for Stepan Shurigan, a expected glove save. Ends up going high blocker side. Tough to keep up with. Knights are back in front at 4-3. Now it's going to be spiked back into the London zone. Shot back out at center. Heavy collision now as Van Gorp goes into the boards looking for that puck with Levi Harper. It's a pile up. Now to the pile. That's Klepov. Locks up with Bidgood there. We're going to have a scrap at center. Klepov. Some lefts from Ben Wilmot. He didn't have the gloves off yet. Everybody's going to pair off here at center ice. There is absolute chaos as Igor Barabanov is incensed right now. Levi Harper has one of the Knights' jerseys up over his head. Bidgood's got Gervais at an arm's length. Barabanov still trying to go after, I believe, Henry Brustevich. Klepov got locked up back in the neutral zone and gave a shot to Cohen Bidgood. I'm not sure what happened before that. Wilmot didn't like the shot. He came over. I don't even know if Wilmot got both of his gloves off. Wilmot got one off, and he went right after Nikita Klepov. Oh, my goodness. We just got the replay. Klepov and Bidgood come together. Klepov puts the stick out to stabilize himself. It catches Bidgood in the midsection, and down goes Bidgood. And Wilmot comes over and sees red. Glove is off. Fists flying at Klepov. Barabanov goes right back after him. I don't know if we're going to get another look at it. I don't believe that Klepov and Bidgood saw each other until the last second. And what's the instinct to run into something? Put your arms up. Klepov put his arms up and caught Bidgood. And then Wilmot comes over, and it is all systems go, but only for one of them. So there's the potential for an aggressor penalty, maybe, to Wilmot. 6:29 left in this third period. Nikita Klepov is in the Spirit penalty box, as is Ben Wilmot. Not sure right now if anybody else is going to join them. They're reviewing. We'll see. 5-minute major is being reviewed to Nikita Klepov right now. 6:29 left in regulation. They're going to take a look right now. There's a 5-minute major potentially to Nikita Klepov. And this would be something. If that's the way it goes, that would certainly be something. Again, we're going to wait. We're going to wait to react until we see exactly what the situation is. But again, Klepov puts his arms up to stop himself from running into Bidgood. If you want to give Klepov a minor penalty for cross-checking, sure, knock yourself out. But a 5-minute major, unless there's something else that goes on in that pile, which I don't believe there is. Klepov got locked up with Bidgood, and they were separated, escorted back to the penalty boxes. That's it. This would be a curious case. Right now, Klepov and Wilmot, the only two in the penalty boxes right now. Jack Hannigan and Joe Monette are the referees for tonight's game. And they are taking their extra look right now. And again, a potential 5-minute major to Nikita Klepov. And that would be about as devastating as things could get here for a Spirit team down a goal with 6.5 to go in regulation. We'll wait and see. Well, we were a little bit surprised when Saginaw's last visit to this building only had one power play, and it was a 30-second at the end of the game, 30-second power play to the Spirit. The penalty list this evening looks a little bit more reminiscent of the Saginaw-London battles that we've seen over the last couple of years. But again, you gotta wait and not jump ahead of yourself here. But from trying to go back and see where exactly you could fit a 5-minute major to Nikita Klepov, again, if you caught it out of the corner of your eye, then maybe, because Bidgood went down pretty hard. I think we're going to get the word here. Jack Hennigan talks to Nick Sema first. Not sure if that's a good thing or not. The 5 has not come off the board yet, but Nikita Klepov has not left the penalty box. Chris Lasry is standing on the Spirit bench, and he'd like an explanation sooner rather than later. Nobody's told Klepov to go. They're going to send Wilmot. So there goes Ben. So the story has changed dramatically. Wilmot has picked up maybe the 2-5 and the 10. So his night is done. 6:29 here in regulation. Again, he came in and shed the gloves pretty quick and started landing punches before Klepov got a chance. So there's an aggressor penalty there. And again, this is what you would anticipate. But still, Nikita Klepov's fate has not been decided yet. The Knights will probably need somebody to come over and serve a penalty. 6:29 left in the third. 4-3 the lead for the London Knights. This all began as Nikita Klepov put the arms up to stabilize himself. Brody Cook comes over to serve the penalty to Wilmot, who's back in the dressing room. Klepov's 5-minute major has come off the video board at center. Brody Cook has gone back over to the London bench. So now the London penalty box is empty. Do the Knights have a power play? Face-off looks like it's going to come just outside the London zone. We're going to skate at 5-on-5 here. We'll figure it out a little bit more when we get a breather. 6:29 here in regulation. We are skating at 5-on-5. It's a 4-3 lead for the Knights. But Nikita Klepov is in the box right now. The good news for Saginaw, that means he's allowed back in the game at some point. We'll try to find out when. Back in the neutral zone. Valeris poked away. Harmer's in some trouble. This one put back up just to the Spirit blue line. Igor Barabanov is on it. Dropped it off. Nick Sema down the right side. Takes a shot. He hit Barabanov on the way through. Gatto makes the save. Gervais tries to put it back in front from below the goal line. Moves it back up to the right point. Josh Glavin. Then for Gervais. Center point. Dropped off. Harper. Fan on the shot. Picked up. Moved the other direction by Van Gorp. Into the offensive zone. Van Gorp shifting right wing circle. Held off there by Igor Barabanov. Now given to Nick Sema. Gervais got to get up on the rush with Sema. 3 against 2. The drop pass. Barabanov into the right circle. Shouldered there by Van Bommel. Barabanov can't keep it alive. Jackson Covert takes over for the Knights. He's run into by Nick Sema. Spirit can't keep things alive. Culver, long shoot in from center. Well wide, comes back in front off the wall. That one nearly tapped in by Braden Clark. Back in behind it goes. Strange bounce off the boards. Shurigan wasn't ready for that one. Kluche, shouldered on the far wall. Knights have it just inside their offensive blue line. Poked away. This is Brody Papoy. Now it's London's turn to be a little gassed here. Brody Papoy drives wide on Brown. Gets the puck back in behind the goal line. Little reverse hit there from Papoy. Makes some room for himself. He's got 2 Knights on him. Puck comes up the wall. Jones got to move to the middle. Takes a shot. Deflected by Harmer. Does not get its way to the net. Now this one floated back out to James Go at center. Inside 5 to go here in the third period. Back in behind the net of Stepan Shurigan. Jones takes a lap. Max Crete's going to steal that puck from Jones. He's got to be careful not to take a penalty here. Crete steals. Stolen right back here by James Go. Now it's 2 against 2 back in behind the Spirit net. Max Crete up the wall. Long shot from the point. Rolls wide. Maybe off the right skate to Stepan Shurigan. Home run pass. Kluche picks it up there from Jones. Just into the offensive end. Kluche. Couple of stick moves to get around his man. Levi Harper. Can't put things down low. Knights on the counterattack. The outlet pass. Woolley trying to reel it in. He would have been in on a breakaway, the defenseman. Instead, now he tangles up with Levi Harper in the Saginaw end. Up in the air. Woolley swinging a miss. Back out it comes to center. Van Bommel fired back in. Blocker well up into the air by Shurigan. And out of play. 3:52 here in regulation. 4-3. The London Knights have the lead. We're back to wrap things up here after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
At Garber Chevy Chesaning, better means you get it all. Better prices, better selection, and better service. Our factory-trained technicians keep your vehicle in top condition. We have everything your vehicle needs, even tires. Come see us at Garber Chevy Chesaning and see how you can get it all. At the corner of M52 and M57, online at GarberChesaning.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
Hi, this is Liam Storch, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
3:52 here in regulation from Canada Life Place. Nikita Klepov was given a 5-minute major for fighting after that scrum where it didn't really appear that he threw a punch. So he will be eligible to return at about the 1:30 mark remaining in the third period. So again, the silver lining is that the Spirit will have Klepov back, but they'd like to have him here for the final 5 minutes of the third period instead of the final 90 seconds. But Ben Wilmot's night appears to be done. So a defensive zone draw here for Saginaw as Carson Harmer will go against Van Bommel. Braden Clark has the go-ahead goal for the London Knights. Up at 4-3, his second of the game. We're at 5-on-5 here. Klepov's the only person in the penalty box. Face-off won, though, by Harmer. Brody Papoy up the near side. Gets to center red. Shifting down the left wing. Here comes Papoy right to the net around the leg, and a save made by Gatto. Great move by Papoy. And he's going to knock a Knight into the net. It was Andoni Femus. Carson Harmer. Can he keep the puck alive at the blue line? No. Back to Glavin at center. James Go. Just over the offensive line again, looking for Popoy. Knights take it back. They backhand it off of Brody Cook. He's going to chase James Go down at center. Kluche puts it up and ahead to Carson Harmer. Down the left wing again. Harmer pulls up. Takes the check from Andoni Femus. Van Bommel's on it, back and behind the Knights' goal. 3:10 left in the third. 4-3 London. Knights go up into the air. Jackson Culver on the long dump in. Xander Valeris back up the left side for Nick Sema. Sema tries to hit a trailer. Brustevich is on him, so Sema goes into the corner for Gervais. Barabanov can't reach that puck away from Clark. He's got it down the right wing back into the Spirit end. Braden Clark back underneath the net to step on Shurigan. Barabanov takes it back out. 2:40 left in the third. Jones leads the charge back in for Saginaw. Has some room, takes a shot at his shoulder, save made by Gatto. Jones hops after the rebound. He's got it back in behind the London goal. 3 against 3. Step on Shurigan. Looked like he wanted to go. He's going to hesitate here. Knights have it now out of their own end. They're going to flip it back out to center. Shurigan stays in the Saginaw net. Van Gorp puts it back below the goal line. 2:15 here in regulation. 1-goal game. Gervais for James Go. Back to Levi Harper. Up to center red. Here comes Shurigan. Harper puts it back in behind the London goal. Extra attacker is Jacob Kluche. 6 against 5. The Knights get it back out to center. Kluche's on it. It's a bouncing puck. It's going to get away from him. Cook has it. Takes a chance at the empty net and sent it wide as Kluche just tied him up at the last second. 1:50 here in regulation. Go. Flips it back in. Behind the Knights net. He hits Linus Funk and gets taken down. Puck below the goal line. Taken here by Brown. Fumbled it. The Knights will clear all the way down. It'll bring up an icing as Harper's got to keep going. At the last second, he pulled up, but Rene Van Bommel was in hot pursuit. 1:34 left in this regulation period. And Nikita Klepov is 3 seconds away from being eligible to escape here. He'll take a timeout. 4-3. Henry Brustevich got things started halfway through the first period. Xander Valeris got it back just 2 minutes later. Saginaw's Beerline Trombley Electric light the lamp goal. Brody Popoy gave Saginaw the lead. 9:15 into the second period. 2 goals by the Knights, and then Levi Harper tied the game halfway through the third. But again, Braden Clark's go-ahead goal on the deflection at 13:09 is right now the difference maker. Offensive zone face-off and an empty net for the Saginaw Spirit here. 1:34 left in regulation. They need one. They don't have Klepov, not yet. Gervais, Popoy, Harmer, Kluche, Levi Harper, and Igor Barabanov at the points. Gervais on the face-off. Oh, Popoy just got a healthy whack there from Woolley. Boy, you know what? I think another inch or two up the stick of Popoy. He might be missing a finger. That was a healthy whack from 6'5" Jared Woolley. And the linesmen are going to tell Popoy to stay on his side of the hash mark. That's what they're there for. We'll drop the puck here. Knights win the draw. Woolley picks it up back in behind the London goal. Knocked down by Jacob Kluche. Spun into the skates of Harmer. Now into the corner. Back up high. Barabanov walking to the middle. Barabanov shoots. It's off a body, and Brustevich gets put into the goaltender, and he goes right after Popoy. Sebastian Gatto's got a couple of things to say to Brody Popoy, but nothing more. 1:21 to go in regulation. Brustevich has more for Popoy, who's been at the heart of a couple of disagreements here in this game. Another offensive zone face-off here for the Spirit. Klepov is not allowed out of the box just yet. You know what? With the other minor penalty he picked up, he might not be eligible unless there's extra hockey. Harmer on the face-off. Net empty for the Spirit. Knights win another draw. That one goes off the skate of the official. Popoy throws it in front there for Harmer. Sweeping in front looking for Gervais. Can't find him. Back down into the corner it goes. Gervais. Back up. Levi Harper. Over. Barabanov. One-time shot. Save made by Gatto. Popoy is there. The rebound is loose. Harmer can't get a try. Knights have it, and a look towards the empty net, and it deflects off a Spirit player and off the outside of the cage. Barabanov just got a piece, It went off the outside of the goalpost. Last minute of the third. Barabanov is in. Shakes on through to the left wing corner. Jacob Kluche off the boards. Creeps to the middle, drops it back. Levi Harper again. Center point, near side Kluche. Back to Harper. Takes a shot. That one blocked by Bidgood. Rebound kept alive by Harper. Walking to the middle again. Lost the puck. Miscommunication with Barabanov. They gave it back away. Knights have it the other direction. Bidgood a chance at the empty net and he scores. .5 left in regulation. Levi Harper and Igor Barabanov a miscue on who was going to pick that puck up. And the Knights, Bidgood comes all the way down and able to put this one into the empty cage to make it 5-3. Fourth of the season for Bidgood. One more face-off here in this one. Jensen Geldart, Trevor Thoyer, and Liam Storch. These two teams will meet one more time in February back at the Dow Event Center. Braden Jones over to Blake Barnes. Stumbles. Gets to the red line and pushes it back in. We'll see what is brought up here at the end of regulation. Back in front, looking for Liam Storch, a swing and a miss on that chance. As the Knights backhanded out the center, gloved by Jones. We'll get a couple extra swats at him. 3 seconds, Hawkins and a pad save made by Surg, and that's it. 5-3 on the empty net goal for the London Knights. Sebastian Gatto will make 28 saves here in his first start since late November. Backstops the Knights to victory here. 5-3 the final score. And the Spirit having to be pulled off the ice by the officials. As Julian Brown's got a thing or two to say. That's it for this one. Saginaw back in action tomorrow night at home against the Kitchener Rangers. 7:05 puck drop. We'll send you to a break. Post-game analysis coming up after this here in your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Independent Bank is proud to be the corporate sponsor of your Saginaw Spirit. We've been banking in Michigan for 160 years and have always put our customers and communities first. We pride ourselves on being a full-service bank, offering an exceptional banking experience for personal, small business, and commercial banking customers, helping them to achieve financial independence. Be a game changer. Be independent. Member FDIC.
Did you know the University of Michigan Flint is the fastest growing public university in the state? How do we do it? Access to top-ranked degree programs and one of the largest alumni networks. Access to small class sizes with renowned U of M professors. And access to the Go Blue free tuition guarantee. Because sometimes in life where you're going depends on where you go. Learn more about our growth at uofmflint.edu.
When you go Great Lakes Bay in Michigan, lose yourself in nature and find yourself at peace. Soak up the stillness of winter on glistening trails, or glide along an outdoor ice rink. Take charming carriage rides through snowy streets. Embrace the magic of the season and warm up with comfort food and handcrafted beverages. There are moments of pure greatness all around if we linger long enough to soak them in. Find yours at gogreat.com.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Saginaw holds on, ties things up, stays within striking distance, but just can't close this one out. 5-3, the final score from London as we take our look at our third period recap brought to you by Raymond. Empower your purpose. It was 3-2 Knights heading into this final frame with 55 seconds of 4-on-4 time carrying over. Saginaw controlled for most of it, and things returned to 5-on-5. They continued setting up time in the London end, but several shots that just don't make it towards the net, looking to tie things back up. Nick Sema takes a boarding penalty at 4 minutes 40 seconds. The Knights get their second power play of the night. The Spirit limit any opportunities to bad angles, able to kill that one off, but soon after, Carson Harmer sits for tripping. Another London power play. Some good clearing kills off most of it, and Liam Storch finishes it off with a really nice short-handed steal and shot at the other side of the ice.
Just gets to center, Ed poked away nicely by Liam Storch. Might be a short-handed chance. Storch into the circle, cuts to the middle, shoots, and a stick save. Gatto with the stick above the blocker makes the stop on Storch.
Back to even strength. The Spirit got right back to work in the offensive end, and at 10 minutes 30 seconds, Levi Harper led a zone entry. He cut to a pile-up right in the slot and fires it on through past blocker side on Gatto to tie things up at 3.
They have to touch up here in the third period. Levi Harper leads the charge back in. Knights changing. Harper scores! A wrist shot from between the dots. Levi Harper on the score sheet ties the game at 3.
Xander Valeris and Nick Sema, the assists on that one. 10 minutes, 30 seconds, the Herman Hissen Company time of the goal. The Knights get it back just a couple minutes later, though. A counterattack off a Spirit push creates chaos in the Saginaw end. Braden Clark gets a stick in front of a shot from Linus Funk, and that makes it 4-3.
Going Bidgood puts Jones into the wall. Up to the right point now, Linus Funk again. Shot into traffic, tipped in, they score! Braden Clark again. Another deflection. The Knights jump back in front at 4-3.
A scrap after a hit by Nikita Klepov results in Ben Wilmot's night being over. Klepov in the box for a 5 and a 2, but things remain 5-on-5. Saginaw continues to hold pressure in the offensive end. Brody Papoy, one of the best chances of the period. He leads in a rush, goes all the way towards the net, cuts across. One of the best looks, but just can't connect.
Gets to center red. Shifting down the left wing. Here comes Papoy. Right to the net, around the leg, and a save made by Gatto. Great move by Papoy. He's going to knock a Knight into the net. It was Andoni Femus.
Shurigan's pulled with about 2 minutes left during some stop-and-go play in the London end. Barabanov stops an empty net attempt, but with 28 seconds remaining, Cohen Bidgood cashes in off a steal at the London blue line to make it 5-3. Shots on goal in the third period heavily favored the Spirit, 12-4, a game total of 32-24 in favor of Saginaw. Neither team able to make anything on the power play. Saginaw 0-for-1, London 0-for-3. Scoring in the third, it was Levi Harper starting things off with his 7th of the season, assisted by Valeris and Sema. Braden Clark gets it back, and Cohen Bidgood on the empty net to make it 5-3. One more highlight for you. It's our My Michigan Health save of the game. It comes from the second period. Saginaw had just scored their go-ahead goal to make it 2-1. That was scored by Brody Papoy, a really nice goal. And then immediately, or very soon after, Saginaw goes to the penalty kill. The Knights get one of their best chances as Andoni Femus shoots from range. Evan Van Gorp goes for the follow-up attempt, and Stefan Shurigan really able to shut him down right on the doorstep.
Near side, Linus Funk has some room into the offensive zone. Back to the center point, Andoni Femus back to Funk. Near side, pressured by Sema. And Andoni Femus, a long shot into traffic, tipped and a save made by Shurigan, rebound chance. He stopped that too.
Stefan Shurigan with the My Michigan Health save of the game here tonight. Back in between the pipes, he makes 19 saves on the evening. Let's take one more look at our out-of-town scores presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. The Flint Firebirds take the win, though the Kitchener Rangers do find the scoreboard in the third period. A 4-1 win for the Firebirds on home ice. The Kingston Frontenacs eke out a victory over the Windsor Spitfires 4-3. A 3-1 win for the Ottawa 67s as Oshawa finds the back of the net halfway through the third period. With 10 minutes remaining to play, the Sudbury Wolves score 4 in a row, tying things up 6-6 with the Owen Sound attack. 10 minutes left in that game in Sudbury. Another tie game heading to overtime now. The Sarnia Sting against the Guelph Storm. They go blow for blow. Sarnia, the only goal of the third period there. And a 4-3 win on home ice for the Sioux Greyhounds. A nice comeback with 3 goals in the third period to tie things up, take the lead, and secure a victory on home ice. That's all we've got for you here in the studio. We'll send you back now to the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth and Dylan Clark for our Applebee's 3 stars of the game.
Thanks, Jonathan. 3 stars of the game, as he said, brought to you by Applebee's, 3 London Knights. And Donnie Femus had a couple of assists in this game. He's your 3rd star. Jackson Culver, a goal, was a +2. That ends up being not the game winner, as Levi Harper did tie up the game. But Braden Clark, your 1st star of the game, does pick up the game winner. He had 2 goals in the contest, was in on the action quite frequently for the London Knights. He's your 1st star of tonight's game. And to clear up the confusion penalty-wise at the end, Nikita Klepov picks up a minor penalty for cross-checking along with a fighting major. And again, not that anything can be done about it right now, but not sure that he even really got a punch off. Ben Wilmot gets the 2, 5, and 10, the instigator, the minor penalty, the 5 for fighting, and the 10-minute misconduct. So that's really what ended up being kind of one of the decision makers in that game, or in the 3rd period on the Spirit side of things. No Nikita Klepov in an effort to try and tie things up. So that's the way that she goes. And for Saginaw, 9-15-3-3 on the season now, trying to get back into that playoff picture. Let's take a look at our Applied Innovation look ahead. They've got the Kitchener Rangers, another chance on home ice tomorrow. They're home until the Christmas break. Superhero night with the Can Council. Saginaw wearing the specialty Incredibles jerseys. Tomorrow night, you'll have a chance to bid on those post-game. Wednesday against the Sioux on December the 17th. And that'll be an ornament giveaway, thanks to our fine folks at Bronner's. And then, of course, Teddy Bear Toss with GFL on Saturday, December the 20th against the Oshawa Generals. Who will score the Teddy Bear Toss goal? We'll find out together. Predictions are always fun to make as well, but we'll find out together on Saturday, December the 20th. And then that's the break. That's the first half of the season for the Saginaw Spirit. Final score of the game here in London, though, 5-3. Saginaw gets another crack, though, tomorrow night against the Kitchener Rangers. Thanks to Jonathan for all he does back in the studio on the intermissions and all the things you don't see, all the button pushing behind the scenes. Thanks to you for listening and tuning in here tonight. My name's Dylan Clark. Good night, Saginaw. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
You've been listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW. Spirit Hockey is brought to you in part by Garber Automotive Group, Saginaw Valley State University, Dow, Frankenmuth Insurance, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, NetSource One, Delta College, Corning, Go Great Lakes Bay, Herman Hisson Company, Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau, DML Property Management, My Michigan Health, Independent Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Stormmaster Exteriors, IBEW Local 557, Michigan Sugar Company, Jets Pizza, Raymond, the Great Lakes Loons, Applebee's, Stanley Steamer, your local State Farm agents, and Meyer. All season long, the Spirit play on WSGW 100.5 FM and online WSGW.com. We now return to regular programming on WSGW.